Oh, hold on. I forgot to turn my TV on. Let me put some background content on, yeah? One moment. Also, I need to get some lozenge. Is that how you pronounce it? I need some lozenge for my throat because your boy's struggling right now to stay alive. Okay, hold on. Actually, though. Cool. All right, we got some snow leopards in the background. This looks fine. Mic is on. You guys should be able to hear music as well. Something's always broken. I don't know what it is. I think it's ever since I downloaded Atom, AITUM, onto OBS. It's made my life better in some ways and worse in others. But we're sticking with it for now because I do like the vertical streaming functionality. As you know, I've been testing it recently, including this stream. So if you were interested, I don't know why, but if you would rather see me in a vertical format as opposed to the landscape, I spent some time creating some like vertical, yeah, I added some design overlays to how it could look nice if you're on a mobile phone watching my stream. So yeah, now there's two live streams that are happening on my YouTube channel. One is for the typical landscape view, as you see it here, and then one is for the vertical format. And of course, I'm streaming on Twitch. So yeah, those are some new things that I've been testing out. Today's the second day that I'm basically testing it out because the curiosity I have is, would doing a vertical, I say vertical stream, I don't know what the right terminology is. I'm assuming it's a live stream that pops up if someone's on YouTube and they're browsing through the YouTube shorts. My guess is that maybe they can discover my live stream from the shorts feed as they're swiping up and down, I think. And the question that I guess I have, or the hypothesis that I want to test out, is does that actually increase the discoverability? Does it improve my discoverability on the platform in a way where it's like, hey, if you were to be a shorts viewer and you happen to stumble upon my content, would you actually pay attention? And I honestly don't really know. Well, this is day 2, but also I'm like, in my mind, I am almost like, would people actually watch a live stream from a vertical shorts format? Because you're on shorts for a reason, right? You're watching short form content. So then how many people would actually stay tuned to a long form vertical shorts stream? You know what I mean? There's something counterintuitive, or there's some kind of contradiction that's happening, but I can't deny the fact that if I can have my content on more platforms or more vertical containers, probably the better. So anyways, I'm just kind of oversharing. So what I've done is, if you are watching my stream from the vertical shorts right now, well, firstly, welcome. And I apologize if I miss your chat. For instance, yesterday when I was first testing it, there were a few people that actually sent some messages in the chat, but I ignored them, not intentionally. It's not connected to my OBS unified chat thing. So I didn't see it come through. So unfortunately, I missed some of those messages. I am paying attention now. Okay, I can see you now. So just as an FYI, actually, let me just put some sample text in these things. Actually, let me text in my OBS test. Oh my God, I can't speak. Let me text in my OBS chat message first. Hello, this is Yobel chatting from my quote-unquote unified message board, seeing where it goes through, seeing which streams it shows up. Okay, so it should show up on Twitch, and it should show up. Oh, I need to turn on the chat here. Where is it? So many things I need to do. There's the chat box. Okay. Although for this one, I feel like the chat box, I probably should move out of the way of my beautiful cat. So we'll put it over here. And then What about here? Okay, here it's there. Okay, so it's on the screen. What about on Twitch? Yep, it showed up on Twitch, and then on my YouTube, it showed up on my main connection, which is actually right now on the vertical stream. So then that means the landscape one isn't showing up. So I'll say, hello, this is Yobel, chatting directly into this stream. I'll make sure to pay attention as it does, as I need. I'll make sure to pay attention to this chat box as well. Smiley face. Cool. Okay. So that's good. That's good. Boom. All right. Now I'm curious if Twitch would eventually do some kind of vertical format. Do they actually? I'm not sure. Point is, listen, as a small channel, I'm obviously trying to do different things to continue to get myself out there. Excuse me. I said I was getting, I got sick the other day, and today's not much better. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. This is iced coffee that is lukewarm, and it's 8 p.m., so I shouldn't have drank that. Let me grab my sparkling whatever water real quick. Oh, wait. Scratch that. I got green tea. I gotta be a bit healthy, so... Oh, let me... And we get a nice little cup to pour it into. Actually, let's switch over. I think it should show up here. Yes, we got the lazy team. Look at that. We got everything here except for the cat. Oh, but it doesn't show up on the vertical format because I cropped it. This is what you get. Lazy team. Okay, we're back. All right, so welcome guys, welcome to, technically, I stopped saying it out loud just because it doesn't matter as much once we hit some milestones, but today is my 110th stream. It is also the second stream in a row as I get back into the groove of proper live streamer. My goal is to constantly stream every day. Usually my schedule is about 5 days a week. I try to do a normal stream where this is the normal stream. So I'll spend time, usually I'll be editing photos and videos, sharing the behind the scenes of how do I create my content because I am a wildlife and travel photographer and now aspiring filmmaker. So I like to spend my time kind of breaking down the process and also learning from those of you who hop in the chat here and there to kind of share your knowledge. So that's generally what I do on my quote unquote normal stream. I live in Dubai, so I've been using this time to kind of explore different time zones in terms of what would work best. And so far, although I need to constantly make sure to question what I do just to, you know, not get into a routine too quickly. But right now I've been enjoying doing these streams at around, let's say now I've been shifting more to like 6 to 7 p.m. my time, which is like the start of the morning for all of you over in the Western Hemisphere. And then I'll stream until maybe around 11 p.m. or midnight. That's my goal, is to do the normal stream around this period of time. And then I've also started to do these, what I guess is called co-working streams. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm trying to fight a cold. Oh, that feels good. So the co-working stream is something I had recently stumbled upon, where basically it's kind of like a half stream. It's not a proper stream in the sense that you're not hearing from me nonstop. If anything, it's meant to be like, I want you to stop talking. I want just chill music and an environment where I can get my work done. That's kind of like, I guess, co-working. We work together. So I stumbled upon that concept. Someone had suggested it to me, and I love it because every day I work, and I figure I can use the co-working stream as a way for me to get work done, but also test out live streaming and hopefully find people who are interested in what I do. So then what I make up for in terms of, you won't be hearing my voice a lot during those streams, but instead what you will get are my cats. So you would basically get, for example, a view like this. Actually, let's see, because I have the co-working ones. You get something more like this where I have a little to-do list. So then you can actually work with me, and then I would switch between my cats. Right now, Nala has not shown up to work. She's dipped out, but if she was there, I would switch over to this view so you guys can enjoy the nice ambient vibes. The nice cinematic ambient vibes of my cats in their little beds. And then we'll put some chill music on in the background and get some work done. So anyways, that was the kind of thought process. So I'm trying to do that almost on a daily basis. So that doesn't always happen because obviously occasionally I'll have projects or things that come up that I need, or even just to socialize. But that is the goal, is almost every day you should at least see me do a co-working stream. So feel free to hop in, just say hi. You don't have to stay. I'm just spending that time to get work done. So, but yeah, otherwise I will be doing these types of normal streams. Now, like today I mentioned, I'm doing something different. So I'm just kind of monitoring a little bit behind the scenes because I kind of switched up how I'm streaming to YouTube. Twitch, I guess, is the same. Let me see. It's kind of the same, although I need to double check a few things. I've been breaking the algorithms a bit since I'm jumping between doing the co-working stream and like my normal stream. So I have to just be extra careful or mindful that I'm not doing something I shouldn't. So give me a second. Let's fix a few things behind the scenes. Okay, and then... yeah, and so one thing in the name of oversharing, because again, for me, it's like all of this is a learning process. I've been enjoying doing the live stream, sharing my knowledge behind the scenes, how it works. So right now I am multi-streaming using OBS, and I'm using the Atom plugin to be able to multi-stream within OBS. Previously, I was using restream.io, and that worked out pretty well for me, but I did notice every once in a while my stream connection would break. There'd be something weird, and all of a sudden my network crashes and I lose the stream. And it seemed like it's because there's something I can't change, which is like on the server level, sometimes there's something that breaks between Restream and Twitch. And it got so frustrating that I finally just said, okay, let me try something else. Someone suggested Atom. Here I am using Atom. And so Atom is pretty good, but there's a few things that it keeps crashing my OBS. And also I can't stream to Kick. For some reason, every time I stream to Kick simultaneously, it ends up crashing my OBS. So I'm just waiting until maybe there's a new firmware, and then I'll try again. So for now, I am streaming onto YouTube and Twitch. On the YouTube side, one thing I've done differently today compared to yesterday. So yesterday, you can imagine I have 2 streams that I broadcast from my main account. It would be like, okay, Twitch to my Yobel Prize, and then my YouTube Yobel Prize. And my main stream was a landscape, whatever, the typical live stream. And then I had to create a third streaming concept, which was part of like a vertical output. And within that vertical output, that's where I created all the scenes. And then I just took I created a second stream that I need to schedule, and then I switched it to a vertical stream key. I put that key into OBS, and then I would just hit that third button to start the vertical stream. So that's basically what I did yesterday. It seems to work. The only confusing thing is that if you were to go to my YouTube channel, you would actually see that there are 2 live streams happening at the same time. And so I'm still trying to figure out, is there anything wrong with that? Do I need to rename one of the titles so it's more obvious which one is vertical, versus which one is horizontal? I don't know. There's a few things like that that's of curiosity for me. The other thing that I noted yesterday on the stream is that I was actually getting a bit more views on the vertical live stream than I was on my normal landscape live stream. And again, I am a small streamer, so it's not like, it's kind of hard to really get a good data set because the sample size is so tiny. But I think it was like almost 3x in terms of the amount of views that were going into the vertical format versus the landscape. So that was of curiosity to me. And again, that was one stream. So yeah. What's up, Mindful Grinds? Mindful Grinds. Sorry, I might be shouting into the mic because I have my headphones off, so I can't actually hear how loud I'm being. So let me just be a bit more mindful. Mindful Grinds. I'll put the mic a bit farther away. Mindful says, good morning, sending good vibes. Bruh, I wasn't even aware that you could multi-stream to Kick. That is awesome. Yeah, I was enjoying it, although I'm, again, in my limited time streaming across all 3 platforms, Kick was definitely the one that I was finding the most difficult to grow. I would get maybe like 2 or 3 viewers maximum on Kick usually. Whereas Twitch and YouTube were more like solid. And this is back when I was streaming every day, right? So we're getting back into that now. But yeah, so Kick was like always a little bit of a problem child for me. And a lot of the people who would end up following me or messaging in the chat tended to be bots, right? They'd be like not spamming, but they would be like, oh, you should join this thing, or I can make you money, that kind of stuff. So anyways, I put a pause on it since the Kick thing isn't working anyways on OBS with Atom. But yeah. But yes, good morning. Thank you very much for being here. And then actually Mindful, if you don't mind, because I'm kind of in a research mode right now. I'm assuming, did you get a notification that I was live streaming? And like, how did you get to this stream that you're on now? And the reason I'm saying that is because I just mentioned, technically I have 2 live streams that are simultaneously being broadcast. And now I just need to make sure I'm not doing anything that ends up destroying or making things annoying for people. But you said, interesting, I used to stream on Kick a few years ago when I was prepping camera gear. It would usually get more engagement than anywhere else. Well, the other thing I guess I should consider is that I might not be doing the right things in the algorithms, or there are probably better ways I could increase discoverability. And then 2, because of where I'm based, which is in Dubai, there's a chance that just my time zones and the way I show up in their algorithm can also not be the best. For example, you said, and now I just need to make sure I'm not doing pretty much stick to YouTube now, so that's how I always see you go live. Gotcha. I had an interesting brief conversation with someone who works at Twitch when I was at that 1 billion follower summit, or someone who works in this region. And it was very brief, so there's a lot of chance that I misunderstood, or yeah, I just didn't have a follow-up to what he was talking about. But he had mentioned something to the effect of like, hey, look, so you're in Dubai, do you speak English in your streams? And I was like, yeah, I'm an English speaker. And so he said, oh, that could be a problem. He didn't say the word problem, but basically he was saying like, you might, because you're in Dubai, if you're an English speaker, you might not necessarily pop up as readily as if you were an Arabic stream. So if you're like an Arabic channel or you speak Arabic, I guess those things just naturally, given where I live, those are the kinds of streams that get somewhat elevated, or, you know, just, yeah, it's just the symptom of where I live, right? So I don't know. He made me think about that for a bit, and you know what? He gave me his contact information. It sounds like they'll do some like streamer community events going forward. So hopefully I'll be able to attend some of those. But I might even just reach out to that guy again, just to understand, like, am I shooting myself in the foot type thing when it comes to streaming from Dubai? Where do I not necessarily get, you know, amplified in any sense in the algorithm, or I have to work doubly or triply hard to make sure that my stream gets showcased in this region, right? So anyways, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but I'm curious now, and it does feel like something I should probably get some clarity on. But yeah, for whatever reason on Kick, it wasn't the easiest to like grow out that channel. I do want to get back into it though. It's just you know, for now I'm taking it on pause. Mindful, you said, I also have you as a favorite channel, so notify me when you go live. Yo, hells yeah. I'm happy to hear that. Listen, much appreciated. We're getting back into the swing of doing proper streams. I feel like I've been away forever. Obviously, I took like it feels like a month off or something. But we're back. I'm back in my seat with my editing software ready to go. We've got a laundry list of things that I need to create. So yeah, speaking of which, let me go ahead and load up DaVinci over here. And there's also some short film thing that there's a few things. Okay, basically we got some stuff to take care of today, but I just want to start by just chatting with you guys, and then also just I'm monitoring initially just to see like how is the stream operating? Is there anything off? Stuff like that. So the key thing is on the YouTube side, how are the numbers, and is it stable across both the vertical and landscape view? So boring stuff, I know, but let me keep talking through it. So yesterday I mentioned, so the default stream, the one that I publish first, is my landscape YouTube and my landscape Twitch, and then afterwards I would hit the button to launch the vertical live stream, the YouTube Shorts version. And so then I was wondering like, oh, I wonder if the YouTube Shorts stream got more views yesterday compared to my default landscape one, because it was the last stream. It was this, you know, I launched the landscape one first, and then I launched the YouTube Shorts. So if someone saw my YouTube channel and they saw my little circular profile avatar, and they see it's got the red circle around it, so it's like, oh, Yobel's live. If they were to click or tap on that profile, would it just take them to the most recent stream that I started, which was the vertical stream? So then I was like, oh, I wonder if maybe that's why the vertical stream got more views. It's just more people, if they clicked on my profile, that was the default connection because it's the last one I started. I don't know if anything I'm saying makes sense. But anyway, so then my thought process was, okay, let me stream today. And for today's stream, let me do the opposite. So my default stream that I kick off initially from OBS would actually be the vertical stream first. And then I would manually start the second stream on YouTube, which would kick off the YouTube landscape stream. And my thought process there being like, I want to see, does the vertical stream still end up getting more views, even though I'm trying to do the opposite test and make the landscape one the one that starts last, which means if someone clicks on my profile image, it would take them to that stream. And as of now, it looks like the vertical stream has just a little bit more views than the landscape. So yeah, I don't know. Early days. I honestly, it's way too early to make sense of all this. Everything, something stable on YouTube. Everything is stable on YouTube. 1080, 30p, 0 drop frames. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I've been, I know a lot of people talk about like streaming in 4K and stuff, but honestly for me, it's like, I didn't see the value in it. I just stream everything in 1080. From home, I guess there is no, maybe I should push it. Maybe I'll try to stream at 4K. Cause that could be another interesting test. Like, would YouTube actually appreciate and elevate streams that are being streamed at 4K? With the thought process of like YouTube wants to have premium quality content on their platform. So maybe they're like, if they see something is being streamed at 4K, the assumption is like, this must be a more premium content without really obviously knowing what the content is. So that could be an interesting test as well to see like, does that actually support, yeah. Anywho, thank you for letting me know. And we've got Nala in the chat. So Nala has made it over here. Let me take a sip of my green tea. But yeah, I mentioned at the beginning, I am experiencing the annoying symptoms of having a cold. It started yesterday, and it's only gotten slightly worse today. I had a migraine for like about 3 hours or so. I think I'm past the migraine points, but I am very congested. It's easier to talk today than it was yesterday, so there's that. Yo, thank you very much, Heather. Heather, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Hells yeah. Oh, and thank you. You know what? I'm still very new to seeing my new animations and the alerts that pop up, so it's super cool. Now you guys can see I got my cats as the alert animations. They'll pop up depending on the different actions. So, and then we got new emotes and everything. Oh, actually, let me test the emotes on YouTube. Okay, let me test on YouTube. Because I had loaded it in before, but I forget why. I felt like something was broken. So let me type in... I'm going to put in all of my emotes over here. Let's see if it worked. Okay, so it does show up. Let me try again. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. The emotes do show up in the YouTube chat. However, I don't see them as animated. So they're not like showing up in the animated format. It's just like a static image. Okay. Obviously, I would prefer the animated one. Is that just across the board? Let me see. Let me just type in a random emote from YouTube. Okay, so this might just be a limitation of... This might be a limitation of YouTube, where I can't do like a animated GIF in the chat. Fair enough. Okay, so at least it wasn't something I broke. Okay, okay. Cool. So that test is done. I need to go to... Let's work on my chimpanzee film stuff. All right, anyways, but before we get started, let me just see if there's any other last minute things I need to catch up on. Okay, so we're testing the vertical stuff. Oh yeah, I need to test TikTok. I need to figure out how can I stream onto TikTok and Instagram Live from the same thing here. Because the one thing with TikTok is I don't know how you get access to a stream key. Can I get a stream key from TikTok? I don't know. These are the questions I must ask. Because that would be fun to be able to... Because, like, what's the harm? There's literally no harm in me looking at streaming onto TikTok or Instagram Live, because as long as I have the bandwidth, as long as my computer can handle it and my internet can handle it, that's, again, like I said, just an extra level of discoverability, yeah? Genius. So give me a second. I'm going to open up ChatGPT. And I think I need to blow my nose in a second. Okay, let me just blow my nose now. Oh, it feels god awful. Oh my god, I hate being sick. What the hell? It always happens, right when you're like feel like you're in the momentum phase of something, you get sick. Something hits you hard. So, okay, I wanted to test. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT something. Hello, hello, Amber. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you fine. Let me know what's on your mind.
Okay, it's been a while, but can you help me figure out, right now I'm using OBS to stream onto YouTube and Twitch, and I'm using Atom, A-I-T-U-M, as the plugin to do vertical streaming and multi-streaming. Now, I am successfully streaming onto Twitch and YouTube, and on YouTube I've got two streams running. One is my default landscape stream, and then I've got a vertical output, like a YouTube Shorts style stream. So it seems like I was able to get all that to work. However, my next big test is, can I multi-stream? Can I multi-stream onto TikTok as well? Now, in terms of TikTok, things for you to keep in mind, I am running my stream off of a Mac, so my Mac Studio, and also I I have about 95,000 followers on TikTok. I don't know if there's some kind of following requirements to be able to stream from there. It might have hit 100. It did hit 100,000 at some point, but I don't post on TikTok. So, do I have the requirements necessary to be able to live stream on TikTok? And if so, does that extend to being able to live stream from my desktop instead of streaming from my phone? And how can I do that? How do I get that stream key that I can put into Atom?
All right, let's walk through it. So the good news is, if you've already got around 100,000 followers on TikTok at any point, you likely do meet the requirements for TikTok's desktop live streaming. TikTok usually requires about 1,000 followers for mobile live access, but for desktop streaming, that threshold is often around the 10,000 to 100,000 mark. Since you've crossed that at some point, you should be good there. Now, to actually go live from your desktop and get that stream key, TikTok has a desktop streaming platform called TikTok Live Studio, or they sometimes let you use third-party tools. Basically, once TikTok has enabled live access on your account for desktop, you can go into your TikTok profile on a computer, go to the live section, and there will be an option to create a live event or just go live immediately. That's where they'll give you the RTMP stream key and the server URL. Once you have that stream key, you just plug it right into Atom, the same way you did with YouTube or Twitch. Then you can multi-stream a TikTok as well. And since you're on a Mac Studio, that's all compatible. It's just a matter of getting that key from TikTok. In short, you should be eligible. You can stream from your desktop. And once you have that stream key from TikTok's live dashboard, just pop it into Atom and you'll be good to go.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest, I wasn't fully paying attention to you. Did you say to get the live stream, the stream key, do I have to get that from the mobile app version of TikTok, or if I log into like a desktop browser TikTok, I can find the stream key there?
No worries at all. So just to clarify, you'll actually get the stream key from the desktop version of TikTok. So you just log in on your computer, go to the live section there, and they'll provide you the stream key that you can use. No need to pull it from the mobile app at all. Once you've got it from the desktop, you'll be all set to plug it into Atom and start multi-streaming to TikTok.
And how certain are you of these steps?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident about these steps. TikTok does let you grab that stream key from the desktop interface once you have access to desktop live streaming, and that's where you'll put into your tool like Atom. So you should be all set following that route.
Okay, I want you to stick with me for a bit. I'm just logging into TikTok on the desktop. So that's my first step I'm trying to do here.
Absolutely. I'm right here with you. Take your time logging in, and once you're in, we can walk through the next steps together to find that live section and get you that stream key.
Okay, I am logged in. Give me a second. I'm logged in. Let me just mute my Chrome browser because it's playing TikTok stuff. Okay, so I'm on TikTok. I see the little button that says it says live. So now I'm in like this live browser page. Now there is an option that says discover live. There's another option I can click called go live. And then there's an option that says creator tools, and then a little 3 dots to go into more options. And when I see here, I clicked on go live, and it says I can download something for Mac. It requires Mac OS 12.0 or later. It says build the ultimate TikTok live experience. So do I download that?
That sounds like the TikTok Live Studio app for Mac that they're prompting you to download. And yes, you'll want to go ahead and download that because that's going to make it really easy for you to go live from your desktop. It'll give you that stream key and let you configure all the settings you need. So go ahead and hit that download, and once it's installed, we can go from there.
Is this a new feature? Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me unmute. I just realized that's the only way people can hear you. Is this a new feature of TikTok? Because I could have sworn at one point when I was starting to consider streaming that TikTok required a PC only for the desktop. So can you research online? Is this something that they've recently done where you can download this live studio onto a Mac?
Sure. So as of now, TikTok Live Studio is indeed available for Mac users. It's not just PC only anymore. You can download it on Mac OS 12 or later and stream directly from your Mac. Basically, it's a newish feature that they rolled out so that Mac users have the same kind of access. So you're good to go.
Do you know when they rolled it out?
Yeah, so they actually started rolling it out kind of gradually over the last year or so. It's relatively recent that they've included Mac users in the TikTok Live Studio access. Originally, yeah, it was more PC focused, but now they've kind of expanded it to make it more Mac friendly. So it's a newer thing, but definitely something that's available now.
Okay, so basically I just downloaded this TikTok Live Studio, and I swear I'm kind of excited because I swear this didn't exist like a few months ago. Because I remember that was one of the things I was disappointed by. I was like, oh shoot, I'm streaming on the Mac, and this TikTok Studio thing, the desktop version, was only available on PC. So now it says I can download this. It says for beginners, set up now. Live quality, optimize your live quality with a speed test. Oh, nice. It has a little speed test for me. Sorry guys, I'm not sharing my screen just in case something sensitive shows up that I don't even know what, but I'm just a bit paranoid. But it's just doing a bit of a speed check for me. My network speed, it says 47 Mbps, which is apparently good. My hardware performance is also good. And now it's saying the system performance test recommends the optimal video settings for you. It's suggesting 1080 60 frames or 1080 30 frames. I don't understand why everyone always wants 60 frames per second for their live streams. Like, what are you doing? Are you like running around? Like, if I'm just at my desk, I just don't see I don't know how much of a value add it is to be streaming at 60 frames. So all right, doesn't matter. All right, let's click on the next thing here. So I'm going to choose. Matra says hi. Yo, hi. Thank you for saying hi on the Twitch side. Hello. Sorry, before we do my typical live stream stuff here, I'm just downloading TikTok Live Studio because that is one of the goals I had for this year, was starting to test out streaming on TikTok. So if you check out my YouTube channel, I am streaming there as well, and I'm streaming on both a vertical format as well as my landscape. So this is just an additional test I want to do. So quality priority, no, let's stick with performance priority. Matra is asking, how's it going? It is going well. Physically not going well because I got sick yesterday, and today didn't get any better, but I'm past the migraine phase. And I'm just in the scratchy voice slash kind of exhausted phase, but and then very congested. So physically not so well. Spiritually, who knows, right? We're always in the clouds. Mentally, definitely doing well. I've had a fun start to the year, and I'm really excited for what's to come, what we can work on this year. There's a lot of crazy fun stuff that I think I might be able to get access to in terms of opportunities. So yeah, I'm in a good zone right now. Mindful says 24 frames per second would be cool. Oh, like for a stream? I don't know. I think was I doing that before? Yeah. Actually, Mindful, I used to stream at 24 frames per second. I think I switched it to 30 frames recently because it sounds like some of these streaming platforms prefers 30 frames per second. Like that might be their default. So yeah, I'm testing 30 frames right now, I think. Matra says that's good. Well, it is good. It's very good. And thank you for asking. I think you're new to my stream or haven't seen your name before. So, well, one, thanks for being here. I probably should give a quick little intro because this is kind of like my return stream. I've been busy for the past month and a half or so. I'm back in here. Basically, I'll be streaming almost every day. And I usually stream about 7+ hours every day, but not in one go. But yeah, I'm a wildlife and travel photographer and filmmaker as of recent. I focus on my YouTube channel and now on the live streams. And I started streaming, it was like back in August. So I've been streaming for about 5 months, and it's been really fun. especially in the beginning, I was like doing 7 to 9 hours every day. I toned it back a little bit there, but yeah, basically on my streams, you'll see a mixture of me as well as my 2 cats. So this is Kimbap over here. He's just chilling. Now, because I am a photographer and videographer, I have a lot of camera gear. So I figure, what's the harm in using it for my stream? So you got Kimbap over here chilling, and you can see him from my main view. He's just behind me over there. And of course, you see this pile of orange fur ball. That is Nala. So Nala is my older sister. She's the older sister to Kimbap, who is the younger brother. So Nala's just sleeping there. And yeah, they like to hang out near me, which is a nice blessing, right? So then while I'm here, I'm basically here almost all day whenever I'm home. So it's nice that they want to hang out near me. So I kind of set up these cameras to let them hang out with me. Yo, thank you very much, Tony Yo 954. Those numbers sound important. Tony Yo, thank you very much for subbing. I appreciate it on the YouTube side. Now we got our little lazy cup because I'm drinking some green tea. Hopefully to recover. And then we got Mr. Steampunk over there. So those are the 2 main camera views. And then this is my editing view. So usually what you would see is me working on my footage, my videos, projects, photo edits, things like that. That tends to be like the main part of what I like to focus on. So these are just some footage from a recent project, and I'm trying to make another quick YouTube video out of it. So there's that. Sorry, what was I talking about? There's something I was just saying, and then I got a little bit distracted. Oh yeah, the TikTok stuff. Oh, you know what? By the way, so this is, again, like I said, this is the second time I'm streaming on YouTube vertical and landscape. But interestingly, it looks like 2 people have subbed to me on YouTube via the vertical stream. So, so interesting. Okay, so I feel like it's already proving its worth in a sense, in a small little, in my tiny little world. But the fact is, it sounds like the vertical shorts format is at least somehow hitting people's discoverable feeds or whatever, and subbing to me. So thank you. Oh, nice. Yeah, so today is very much a testing stream. Actually, every stream I've had is basically a testing stream, and that's not going to change anytime soon. And one of the big goals for me this year is I will be taking you guys with me into the world. So I'm now, because that is what I like to do. I'm a traveler in terms of my passion. I'm getting ready to start traveling the world again with my camera gear, mainly focused on capturing wildlife. But as part of that process, I would also like to take my learnings from live streaming and do it live out in the world. So I will do what they call IRL streaming, but my goal is to do it in a slightly more polished fashion where I've got the fancy cameras and nice rigs. So yeah. Anyways, give me a second here. I want to test out this TikTok thing. So I just downloaded TikTok. I guess I can show this briefly. There's nothing here. So this is the TikTok Live Studio. And so it's just telling me it did a test of my network and my computer. Then it's saying set up your live screen layout. Oh, shit. You can do a landscape. Oh, actually, before I do all this, I should probably look into TikTok etiquette, because I've heard TikTok is notorious for banning you for any number of things. So give me a second. Let's ask. Amber, are you there?
I sure am. Still right here with you. Just let me know if you need anything else or if you want to keep going with the setup.
Okay, I'm just kind of setting it up right now through that software on my desktop. However, as I'm doing this, I figure I should probably learn the do's and don'ts of streaming on TikTok. I've heard that TikTok is notorious for banning accounts for even the slightest indiscretion or slightest infractions. So can you tell me what are the things I should keep in mind, the do's and don'ts to stream on TikTok?
Absolutely. Yeah, TikTok does have a bit of a reputation for being pretty strict, so definitely good to keep a few things in mind. In terms of do's and don'ts, one big do is definitely to keep your content pretty family friendly. TikTok really leans into making sure there's no kind of explicit or controversial content, so just keep it kind of PG, maybe PG-13 at the most. Another do is to engage with your audience, but also make sure that your chat is moderated, because sometimes things that happen in the chat can get you flagged, so you might want to have a mod or just keep an eye on the comments coming in. In terms of don'ts, definitely avoid any kind of copyrighted music if you can, unless you have a license for it. Even though TikTok has a music library, just be a little careful with what you use. And also avoid anything that might be considered even slightly risky in terms of policies, no hate speech, no nudity, that kind of thing. In short, just keep it friendly, keep it safe, and keep an eye on the chat, and you should be good to go on TikTok.
But can I say like the word shit? And would I get in trouble for saying something like that?
Yeah, so TikTok can be a little bit sensitive on language, but generally speaking, if you drop a mild swear word here or there, like shit, it's probably not going to get you banned. It's more about avoiding any kind of repeated or really strong language or anything that could be considered more adult. But if it slips out occasionally or it's just part of natural speech, you should be fine. Just keep it moderate and you'll be in the clear.
Mindful, you said it's interesting. I usually have you up on my 65-inch. Oh my God, the 65-inch. Okay, then maybe I should stream at 4K. I feel like I'm not doing you justice. I didn't know you have a 65. Oh, you know what? And there's someone else in the chat. I'm sure she'll hop in at some point again. Who also, I think she said she has like a 65-inch screen. So maybe, you know what? On my next stream, I'll try to do 4K. I should be able to. Because that feels like an injustice that you're seeing me edit something where I'm streaming at 1080, I think. So... But thank you for putting me up on a big screen. Nice. Low Bass is here. Low Bass in the chat. Hello. Low Bass says, how is you? I'm doing very well. Thanks for being here, man. This is my second stream in a row. Yesterday was kind of like, in my eyes, I viewed it as my first stream back for the year, because yeah, I did stream a few times before, but it was always like in between projects and random events, so I wasn't like consistent with it. So yesterday was like kind of where I put my foot down of like, we're going back into a routine where you'll see me every day, almost every day. However, I also got sick yesterday, so how annoying is that? So I'm kind of struggling a little bit, I will be honest. I was doing a co-working session today, and yeah, like migraine and just everything felt nasty. But we're with it right now. But thanks for asking. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. And it must be the start of your day. So right now I'm doing a few things. One, I'm testing my vertical streaming capabilities on YouTube. So I am technically multi streaming. I am dual streaming on YouTube. I've got a vertical stream up and a landscape stream up. And so I'm kind of trying to monitor both of them to see how they're performing, you know, I don't know. I have no idea, right? I just want to see if there's anything interesting that happens from having two streams at the same time. You know, for instance, does it help or does it hurt? Does it cannibalize my views and split it across two streams? Does it cause more confusion for someone wanting to watch me, but then all of a sudden they get onto the vertical stream when they don't want it? Yeah, and one thing that's happening right now, which is good, is I've had 2 people sub to my YouTube channel via the vertical shorts version of my live stream on YouTube. So, I mean, there's a couple wins there, right? So, Lobe says, the combination of Twitch, my internet, and OBS have been borking. I haven't seen that word. Borking my streams lately. Well, damn. Sorry that you're getting borked, my friend. BC, gambles it all. Did you win? Are you winning? Oh, you lost 10,000. It's okay. You still over 100. Oh, you're almost at 150 now. Let's join this heist. Low base, I always appreciate that you gamble it all away each time. What is today? Today's the 110th day of my stream, technically. So we'll pop that in there. So some new things that I'm testing right now as we speak is... hold on. And sorry, mindful if I slowly read your chat, because your chat is now part of a different connection here. Although it does show up on the stream, which is nice. Mindful, you said, on the TV, it doesn't really matter. My TV upscales it to... Wow, it does that? I didn't know that. So your TV upscales it to 4K. It would probably be more crisp if you stream in 4K, but might cause issues on some platforms if you're multi-streaming. Yeah, but I mean, if I'm streaming from home... I think I have around 40 to 50 Mbps as my network speed. So I believe that should mean I have the capability to multi-stream in 4K. At least on one thing. Maybe I should do 4K on YouTube. Twitch, I should leave it at 1080. But if I can at least try out 4K on YouTube, that can't take too much extra on in terms of bandwidth. My last name is Bork. Oh yeah, that's right, Jeremy. Yeah, sorry, I keep calling you Mindful. Oh yeah, thanks, Jeremy. I think I saw you just followed. You might have recently followed my TikTok. I saw a notification. I'm gonna be honest. I don't access TikTok too often, so yeah. But I saw the notification pop in. Now that I'm trying to do this live streaming, if it works out, then I will treat my TikTok seriously. But it was always just kind of like a curiosity more than an actual brand builder for me. But we'll see. Jeremy Borg, and I'm not Swedish. Reference to the Swedish chef. I didn't know that. So you just got borked. So when Low Base says he got borked, he was basically talking about what you guys did in bed, essentially, is what I'm hearing. Low Base says, yes, but you also have to consider Twitch's ability to transcode all of that and everybody's ability to decode it. YouTube can handle that better. Okay, that's a good point. And I think maybe it might have been ChatGPT or something might have told me that as well, where it's like YouTube can handle higher resolution, Twitch maybe just be more mindful. So yeah, I think we'll try that on the next stream. I'll try to do the 4K. And then in addition, like I mentioned, I want to test out TikTok. So I got this TikTok thing. And you know what? I'm so curious because it's giving me the option to stream, to create a landscape or portrait scene. But my assumption is I should regardless create a portrait scene because what is it? Probably 99.9% of people watching TikTok is probably on a mobile device, I would assume. So yeah, to me, I guess it wouldn't make sense. But then there's a second option here. It says select the layout template. But the thing is, I'm creating everything in OBS. So I don't know what to choose here. Let's ask ChatGPT. Mindful says, laughing my ass off. Haha, borked. Yes, thank you. Sometimes I can throw some zingers here and there, you know? You know, I can make people laugh. You know, not to toot my own horn or anything. I was at some events recently, and I was getting people to just bark laughing, okay? Or bork, as you will say. But they were barking with laughter over just random things I'd say. You know, your boy's got some moments, right? I can lay it in there at times. Now, can I do it consistently? That's the question. All right, hold on. Let's talk to Amber here. Amber, you there?
I'm right here, still with you and listening, so just let me know if there's anything else you need help with.
Okay, so I'm in the TikTok live studio. I'm on the second step here, which is where I set up my live screen layout. It's called scene. And so I can choose between a portrait or landscape orientation. I'm choosing portrait. And then for step 2, it's saying select a layout template, like a full camera, wide camera, or a split view. And then I have to select a source of what is actually being shown. Now, I guess where my confusion comes in is I would be streaming and setting up my scene via OBS. So what option should I be choosing here? Or does it not matter because I'll override it eventually? Or is that not an option?
Yeah, absolutely. So in this case, it actually doesn't matter too much. If you're primarily running everything through OBS, what you're really going to do is just select any layout for now in TikTok Live Studio, and then you'll effectively use OBS as your main controller. So once you have OBS running and you feed that feed into TikTok, it'll just override whatever layout you pick here. So just pick whatever for now, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Low Base, you said not just TikTok. According to my analytics, roughly 41% of my viewers watch on a mobile device. Why does she sound doubled? Oh, that's my fault. Right now, I just didn't want to wear headphones. So I just have my speaker turned up loud. And my microphone can pick up the speaker, I think. I don't know what's the solution for that. Besides putting freaking headphones on. Yeah, but it is something I have to keep an eye out. Because you might even be hearing the music echoing, for all I know. But okay, let me turn down the monitor volume just a bit. Okay, so let me just finish this over here on my other screen. Let's choose split view, display capture. I guess I'm going to take ChatGPT at their word that it doesn't matter what I choose. Low bass is that I don't hear any music. You should be able to hear it. It's just very, very quiet. I have it set to very, very like at like negative 45 decibels. Here, maybe I should increase it just a bit. Let's let the next song play out. Okay, so you shouldn't be hearing anything now because the new song is playing, but you should start to. It's hitting, I can see on OBS, it's right around negative 35 decibels, hitting negative 30. But I should drop it. You should be able to. If you crank the volume, I can kind of hear. Yeah, I don't, this is like tough for me to figure out what's the right sound levels. I just didn't want there to be dead silence, or yeah, I didn't want dead air necessarily. I like having background music on, but I also don't want it to be overpowering where you can't hear me or it sounds like I'm having, yeah, I don't want it to feel like I'm fighting against the sound. It's fine where it is now. Okay, thank you very much for confirming. So it seems like when the music is roughly around negative 30 to negative 40 decibels, it's decent. Okay. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's keep testing here. So let me go to microphone and camera. All right, we're gonna allow things. Boom, boom, boom. Cam link and finish. Now I gotta let TikTok basically have all the permissions to do whatever they want with my MacBook. Steal my money, yes. I have to quit and reopen it. Okay. All right, so I think it should be working. Oh man, this would be so fun if I can test this live stream today. That'd be great. Which then means I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which I need to edit some videos. I have so much work to do, but this is part of my work. Okay, this is important stuff. All right, so I'm now in like this little desktop view. I just want to double check, make sure there's nothing I shouldn't be sharing. So this is basically what I'm seeing right now on my computer for TikTok. So there's a section for tools, there's scenes, metrics, and live chat. So the main thing I need is the stream key, because I don't think I'm going to try to set up my stream via this TikTok live studio. It just probably makes more sense to have everything operated through OBS, is my assumption. Actually, that's a good question for ChatGPT. Okay, Amber, I am now on TikTok Live Studio, and I see this dashboard where I can create scenes, I can access some tools, I can see my metrics for my previous streams if I had any, and like the live chats and so on, and I see a button to go live. Now, let's say I have OBS. Does it make more sense for me to do everything via OBS, including running a TikTok live stream? Or is it better to run a stream via TikTok itself?
Yeah, so in your case, it actually makes a lot of sense to just do everything through OBS. Basically, OBS is going to give you more control. It's your main hub, and you can just feed that output into TikTok Live Studio. So you're basically using OBS as your all-in-one tool.
Low Basis says, my lunch finally arrived. Took an hour to get here. Yo. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought it's like 9 a.m. in Florida. Wait, your lunch arrived early then, no? Or maybe I'm getting my time zone. Oh, no. It must be lunchtime in the East Coast. That's right. I see. Well, enjoy. What'd you get for food? Mindful said... Mindful said, for my live stream rig, I use a Zoom L12 mixer with 5 separate mix minus outputs. It allows you to eliminate speaker feedback while also providing a different way to output second computer audio. Man, that sounds impressive. I'll say, so one thing that I'm trying to purchase fairly soon is the Rodecaster Video. Yeah, the Rodecaster Video. And so it's for my travel IRL stream concept, but I figure I can use it in my home studio as well, potentially. So I'm hoping once I get it, it'll be I can route everything through the Rodecaster Video as opposed to my Scarlett Focusrite and like having the separate capture cards of my cameras. Hopefully everything goes through the Rodecaster, and my understanding is that the Rodecaster is pretty powerful when it comes to sound mixing, stuff like that. But this is like where my knowledge has already fallen off a cliff here. It's just like I'm hoping to get it and then see if it does what it needs to do. But the other option, I've heard the word, mindful what you said, the Zoom. I think I heard there's like a Zoom F something something that was suggested to me as an option. Let's say if I was streaming with the ATEM Mini ISO Pro or the ISO Extreme products, what I had read is the ATEMs are good for video switching, but not so good for audio. So what some people might do is have the video switching done by ATEM, and then you could have something like that Zoom product that you mentioned for the audio switching, or a Rodecaster something. So I'm aiming for having one device like the Rodecaster Video that can do video and audio switching, and fingers crossed. Yetan Tehan says hi on the YouTube side. Hello, thank you for saying hi. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for watching on YouTube. I am currently doing a few tests right now, so if anything doesn't seem to work properly, if I crash, if I'm not responding properly, don't blame it on me. It's never my fault, okay? But actually right now I am doing a test on YouTube, doing a vertical stream as well as landscape. So some of my chats are not unified, so I have to just like keep an eye out for it. And you can see on my screen right now, I am testing out TikTok. I'm going to see if I can set up a TikTok live stream and start testing TikTok as well, because why not? Low Base says, I keep hearing Zune. Oh, what did I say? Oh, Zoom. The Zoom F. Zoom something. Products for audio. Low Base, you got a chicken sandwich and waffle fries? Hells yeah. Okay. Oh, one thing that's annoying is when I type in this chat, it's sending 3 different messages into the chat box. Okay, whatever. So we've got this live studio. I'm going to drag this back over out of the way because I need to look for the stream key. I don't know where that is. And the good news is I've already set up some vertical scenes. So my hope is that all I need is to find where the stream key is. And once I grab it, I should be able to just start streaming, right? Right? You would think so. Low Base says, no, I understand what you're saying. My brain just keeps hearing Zune. Oh, I remember Zune. Yo, I was a Zune guy, okay? I remember I had it was like a brick. This thing could not be destroyed. I think I dropped it so many times. But yeah, I was a big Zune guy until it went obsolete. Yeah, my brain just keeps hearing Zune. All I can think of is, hey, I had one of those. Zune was infinitely superior to the iPod, but the iPod won the war. Yes. There's a lesson to be had there, including like Blockbuster and all the other examples you hear, VHS versus whatever, that sometimes the best quality does not win. And I take that to heart, not to be narcissistic, but you know, you got to have some confidence in yourself. So I would like to be confident in saying that I think my stream quality, I think my personality, I think what I work on, what I do, I'm very proud of it. However, just because you are proud of the work you do does not necessarily mean you'll be successful. So I have to always keep that in mind. That's why I'm always trying new things here, right? But yeah, Low Base said, not to mention the fact that the UI was way nicer than the iPod. I don't remember the UI per se. I just remember it was like a brick. And I remember I was able to download. I used to listen to Dave Chappelle and like Russell Peters stand-up comedy. I would download it into the Zune and then listen to it at school. Mindful says, exactly. I would route all mixed audio directly back into your ATEM. I use the television studio setup with the hyper deck and web presenter. Man, your setup sounds legit. So I'm trying to find a mix of legit high fidelity, high quality, but also can fit inside of a suitcase or like a flight case, right? A carry-on size, so that I can take it with me when I start traveling. So that's why Rodecaster Video. Let's see if that works. My only complaint about the Zune really was that it didn't work with Windows Media Player. Oh, was that true? Oh, I didn't think about that. Man, those were the days. That was back in the day. Okay, hold on. Amber, where do I find the stream key within the Live Studio software?
Yeah, so in the TikTok Live Studio software, once you've got your scene set up and you're kind of in that main dashboard area, there's usually a section labeled something like stream settings or streaming info. And that's where you'll see the RTMP stream key and the server URL that you can copy. So just look for that little settings or stream info panel and you'll find the key there.
I'm not finding it where you're saying it is. Can you be a bit more specific?
Of course. Let me be a little more specific. So in TikTok Live Studio, once you've set up your scene and you're on that main dashboard area where you're about to go live, you should see a section or a tab that says something like settings or stream information. It's usually on the left-hand sidebar or sometimes at the bottom of the main preview area. When you click into those stream settings, you should see the RTMP URL and the stream key displayed there. If it's not immediately visible, it might be under an advanced or output tab, but it should be somewhere in those main streaming or broadcast settings. Once you find it, you can copy that key and pop it into OBS.
She's making shit up. It's not there. Mindfully said, I used to offer event live stream, but I've stopped that and cannot seem to get a fair resale for all that gear, so I kept it. And I don't even live stream myself. Yo, send it over, Rover. Send that shit over. Bork it over to me, man. I will accept all free gear if it's related to what I do. You should start streaming, man. You know, we talked about it. I've talked about it before, but one of the goals I also have is I want to do collaborations. I want to be able to, you know, be able to have someone hop into the stream, do like a video chat or have conversations. Although one issue, annoying as F issue, is that it only affects me in the region, right? In Dubai, they freaking block all the video call applications, right? So like imagine FaceTime, WhatsApp, Skype if it's still around. And so you usually have to use a VPN to be able to use those services. And annoyingly, Discord is one of those as well. So I can't just hop on a Discord call or have someone video conference in via Discord because it gets blocked. So then that means I would have to be on VPN and then it should work. But obviously the problem with VPN, oftentimes it slows down, you know, you don't get like the fastest connection. So then that's another risk I would have to consider when it comes to the stability of my streams. So anyways, that's just a random little thing. I was like, God, but it'd be cool to like, you know, be able to do some collabs with you guys, you know, low base. I know you're a streamer, obviously. Yeah. So anyways, I that is one thing I would like to do is like do a bit more socialization of the streaming. And also like just meet, you know, expand the community, meet other Dubai streamers as well. Maybe do some collabs there. But it's early days. Like I said, I met the guys who are running, you know, they're managing the market in this region. So Twitch is being more serious when it comes to live streaming. Low base, I don't think you were here when I was mentioning, but I did take a photo of Dan Clancy. I didn't take a photo with him, but he was at the 1 billion follower summit that I was at. And so, yeah, we'll see. Use smoke signals. Yeah. Okay, so where is this godforsaken stream key that ChatGPT is like, oh yeah, it's just like right there, don't worry about it. Yeah, well, where is it? There's a button to hit. Okay, I can hit this button that says go live. Maybe I should just hit it. Live access, no access. Oh wait, I don't have access. Okay, so there's this thing that says access status. Right now it says no access. and then there says get 14-day access. Then there's something that's locked where I can get 180-day access, and then I have an option to keep 180-day access. Here, I'll bring it over so you guys can see. And so here are the requirements. Complete the requirements for gaming creators to get the 14-day access. 1, your live access suspended for less than 1 time in the last 30 days. So as long as I haven't been suspended ever. 2, my current access is not suspended or revoked. Check. And 3, have at least 500 followers. So it seems like I do qualify. So let's go ahead and click on this get access button. Let's see what happens. Maybe that's why I don't have a stream key. I had to first do this. Okay. Now it says complete the requirements before your 14-day access expires to get the 180-day access. And as long as I don't get suspended or revoked during the 7-day period, I should be able to get that. Cool. Okay, so as of now, I do have a 14-day trial period, it sounds like. Okay. Still doesn't answer my question though. Where do I find the stream key? There's a stream latency. Encoder, shift, color space, and color range are automatically set. There's the video bitrate, audio bitrate, FPS, resolution, video quality, encoder, advanced audio settings. I don't need that. Low base, you're saying you're looking for your stream key in Twitch? No. I'm looking for the stream key in TikTok. So just to clarify, right now I'm researching how to live stream on TikTok. Because now I know I can do a vertical stream. I have set it up for YouTube, and now my ambition right now is, as I'm in exploratory mode, is I want to see can I stream on TikTok. You can now update your gaming topic, cover, title, and about me in live info after you go live. Ooh, okay, good to know. Where are you? There's a chat settings. Maybe I should just click on this go live button. It's not like if I hit this go live button, do you think TikTok has it so it literally goes live right away? Or there might be a window that opens up that's like, are you sure? And then maybe it's like, hey, here's the stream key settings. So what's the harm in trying? Let me go ahead and click on this go live button, see what happens. Okay, so I clicked on go live. Oh, and then it just takes me to the same thing here where I gotta, here, I'll show you guys in case it's of interest. So basically, I hit go live and it opened up this little panel where I need to now, I can add the topic. Let's see, what is my topic? Animal and pets, outdoor, art. I guess I would choose art. Chat and interview could potentially work. If I'm doing my lo-fi cat naps, then it would either be animals and pets or it'd be music for the background music. But let's imagine I choose art. And then here, Lobay says, for TikTok, you only get a stream key if your account has live producer or RTMP access. On a computer, log into TikTok, click go live to open the live center producer page, set a title and category, and create the live draft so the dashboard loads. Then look for the server URL and stream key in the stream settings area and click copy. Thank you very much. Hells yeah, because it sounds like I was right in the middle of that. Because right now I'm on the step where I've clicked on go live, and now I believe this is that live center producer page. So let's say testing my first TikTok stream. Your cover will be auto captured from your live. Choose an image from your computer. I'm okay with that for now. About me? Do I have to fill this out? Oh shoot, what is my about me? Do I not just have something? I need like a copy and paste thing. Okay, let me go to my... I might have a thing I can copy and paste from YouTube. Unironically. Low base. I don't have TikTok, so if all of that was complete BS, I have no idea. Well, even if it is BS, you know what? I appreciate you slinging the BS my way. At least it takes us closer to something, right? Let me just find my little about me thing that I wrote. 240 characters, is that fit? No, it does not, but that's fine. I just delete this part. Aspiring filmmaker, wildlife, and travel photographer, the world is full of beautiful landscapes, people, and wildlife and cultures worth capturing, and I hope to share the best of the world with the rest of the world. Boom. 1080, yep. Okay, now let me just move this out of the way in case I share something I shouldn't. Audience controls, you limited your profile and videos to those age 18 and older. Go to the settings to turn it off. I'm okay with that. Why do I need to broadcast to people underage? Local compliance check up. Let Live Studio check your content locally to help comply. Cool. All right. Let's click on Go Live. Oh no, it disappeared. Come on. My first stream on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna hit go live. Oh shoot, it's saying it's already live. What the hell? And so okay. Unfortunately, it looks like the live is already happening. So then where is the stream key? Live goal, treasure, fan club, scenes, CPU. Oh snap, and then people are already joining? Uh-oh. Hello? Oh wait, hold on. Yo, I'm not ready for this. I thought I was gonna be able to just stream my normal stuff. Shoot. How do I fix this then? Here, we're just gonna... Yo, Jeremy, at least I see your name pop up. Hey. I am testing. My bad. Didn't think I'd already be live. Wait, Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy, if you're already there, can you tell me, can you hear me okay? Or is this, is everything borked? How do I do audio mixing? Okay, audio is coming from my Scarlett. Testing. I think it's fine. Test audio. But then obviously the camera here is effed. So mobile preview, highlights, personalized settings, tips, record. How do I switch the camera? Dude, this is like, talk about, okay, we're gonna use your name again. This is borked, okay? If you were to see what I'm doing on TikTok right now, it is not so good. I feel like a boomer. Is this what boomers say they feel like? I can pause the live stream. Okay. Audio mixing, sound effects. I don't understand how come I can't choose my cameras here. Settings, full screen, fit to screen. But this is not even the right camera view. So I'm effed, guys. I can't tell if this is real or not, but it says like a bunch of people are hopping in or watching or joining at times. But I have nothing to show them right now because I don't know how to set this up. Live info. Add source. Oh, okay, here we go. At the very least, I can create something new from here. So let's go ahead, choose camera or display capture. No, add camera. Okay. And we'll choose this view here. Cool. All right, at the very least, I was able to add my cat, but then it's flipped. So, nope. There we go. And then let's add a new source. Yo, thanks, Jeremy. No video shows up on desktop TikTok. Oh, so it's only showing up on the mobile? The audio is good on TikTok. Your program feed is what shows up on mobile. My program feed. Like, for instance, do you see my cat right now? Do you see my cat now? Let me add the other source. So, okay, at the very least, I can technically stream from this TikTok studio, right? But ideally, I wanted to stream from OBS. So, but I mean, you know, there are worse. It's not the worst thing. Okay, and then I have my second cat here. And it is fairly easy to set up. At least there is that. Let me delete this one though. Can see an inverted version of your face profile. Yeah, I just deleted that. Let me try it. And so you can hear me okay? Camera. Let's add this back in. Nope. And then I need to flip it. Flip it and reverse it. Full color, color space. Oh, nice. You can actually change the color space if you want. No need. We'll add this as a source. Cool. All right. Funny enough, I guess I am recreating how I have it for the other one. Okay, so now everything technically is mapped out. Now it is working. Can see 3 camera views on desktop. Audio is good. Thanks. Okay. I really need to blow my nose though. So hold on. Give me a second. Hopefully you can't hear this. Oh wait, you can hear it on the... You can't hear it on TikTok, but I forgot to mute myself on my actual thing. Hold on. Okay. Anyways, we're just boomering our way through this. Can see 3 cameras. Views on desktop. Audio is good. Thank you for confirming. But the issue still is the fact that I need to figure out how to get the stream key. Once I get the stream key, everything's fine, right? Because then I can just pop it into my OBS and then I can switch between views easily. But right now I'm kind of fumbling my way. Okay, so I see here I can create new scenes. So that's what we just did. For what it's worth, this TikTok Live Studio is actually pretty intuitive, except for finding the stream key option. Everything here seems fairly easy to set up. So that's cool. Yo, and it is kind of funny because coming from my streaming on Twitch and YouTube, where obviously I'm happy just to have one person watching me. Over here on TikTok, I know it's a different platform and everything, but it's like saying, hey, you got 71 viewers on TikTok, which is like insane. So obviously I appreciate it, but it's like I haven't even done anything yet. I'm just trying to set up the cameras here. So firstly, if you guys are able to hear me, appreciate. Thank you very much for watching this stream. This is my first time testing how to do a TikTok live stream. I am actually currently streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And I figured, because I was doing a lot of testing, I'm a fairly new streamer, right? I've started a few months ago, and I figured I might as well multi-stream and learn everything. Yo, thank you, Joseph Wildlife. Oh, is that... Wait, Joseph Wildlife gave me a rose. Yo, I accept the rose. That's so cool. Wait, do I need to put headphones on, or is there like sound effects that I'm missing out on? Oh no, I just hear my music. Thank you very much, Joseph. If you can hear me, send me 50 roses. I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. I think you can hear me, or at least Jeremy had confirmed my audio is fine. Up to 108. I never go on TikTok. I'm old. Yo, man, I'm fairly old too. Okay. I'm too old for TikTok is what I thought. But you know what? I'm about to age myself negative 15 years if that's what it takes. So I'll be a TikTok expert here. But yeah, thanks guys. I am just doing a quick test here. If you would like to see what my normal stream setup looks like, you can hop over to my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, which is all on Yobel Prize. Find me on Twitch and YouTube at Yobel Prize. Hells yeah. I don't know if I can... Oh wait, I don't know if I can curse either. Okay, I need to censor myself, and I don't know if I can even send links in the chat. So there's a lot of things I probably need to brush up and learn all the guidelines of what the do's and don'ts, right? But the main thing is I was hoping to find a stream key somewhere, because then I can pop it into OBS. But in the meantime, maybe what I'll do is let's create a second scene. Go live together. There's a split view, add source. So we've added 3 cameras in the alert. Are you sure you can hear me okay? Or I guess maybe the mic is automatically added. So, okay, fine. I want to create one view of just my cat. So here we got Nala. Oh, sorry, Nala. Someone in the chat, music audio is hot on TikTok. Music audio is hot. What do you mean by that? Music audio is hot. Is hot like some like filmmakers or live stream buzzword to say like it's too loud? I thought you were one of the actors in Walking Dead. Yo, thank you. What scene are you talking about? When he was still alive or when he got bashed in the head? I'm hoping I look more like when he was alive. He's a good looking dude. Oh yeah, so anyways, this is Nala over here. And then Kimbap is hanging out all the way in the back there. And I'm wondering, can I like zoom in on this? I guess I could crop it up a bit. So we can like set it up like this maybe. But then the bottom camera, I kind of like having Mr. Steampunk having the light source over there. So I might keep it that way. I thought, oh yeah, Joseph said, nice to meet your kitties. Yes, thank you. So Nala's grooming herself as we speak. And I apologize, guys, because I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do on this stream. I just meant to test out TikTok. I didn't actually mean to go live. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was just trying to test the tech. And I do plan to go live on TikTok more often, assuming everything does work. I'm a little bit premature here, okay? But let's see. What can I test with these guys? The good news is this TikTok Studio, this desktop thing is not the hardest to work with. So it is fairly intuitive. My struggle right now is I kind of like showing the full screen view of my cat here at the bottom, because you got that nice ambient view of Mr. Steampunk on the side. So, oh wait, can I crop this? Joseph said, no better, oh wait, no, hold on. Joseph said, love your work, by the way. Nice wildlife shots. Yo, thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you would like to see my extensive work, it is all on YouTube. And then for like the reels and like the short form content, I have published most of it on TikTok, but I actually started out on Instagram. But now all my effort is going over to YouTube. But thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Joseph, it sounds like you're also a wildlife photographer. So I'm going to make a note to myself to check out your channel, your profile. And I apologize because I got sick the other day and now I'm super congested. So it's super annoying. I'll try my best to mute myself before I blow my nose. Jeremy said no better than a live test under fire. Yeah. Listen, sometimes it's best under pressure. I'm kind of giving up on finding the stream key though. Like, yeah. We'll find it eventually. It's got to be hidden somewhere. So in the meantime, what I can do is let me spend some time recreating some of my scenes that I was planning to do on my stream anyways. Although I don't know how you would be able to hook up Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or those kind of things. So in terms of alerts and stuff that might pop up. Although I guess maybe TikTok has their own ecosystem that they don't want to combine. Yo, Daytor, Guten Abend, Daytor. Thanks for being there on the Twitch side. Daytor and L says, your stream saved me from a Spotify jam with growling death metal. Well, I'm here for that. Right now, I'm kind of doing some chill and I don't know what I call it, chill ambient music, which you can also find on my Lo-Fi Catnaps YouTube channel. But I am also testing out TikTok right now. TikTok has their own system. Gotcha. Yeah. Thanks for being here, L. Thanks, Daytor, for being here yet again. Thanks for being there earlier when I was doing my co-working stream. I am currently testing out TikTok. So, TikTok, man, it was kind of crazy. At one point, we had like over 100 people hop in, but I think it's more from people curiosity of it, maybe. Now we've kind of toned it down. But yeah, don't worry. We're gonna build up our TikTok platform. It's gonna be fun. Joseph said, I had my camera gear stolen from me in December, so I'm sitting enjoying it. Sorry, I laugh at the wrong times. I didn't mean to laugh at your camera gear getting stolen. I was
TikTok
laughing at the absurdity
live.
of life. L says, TikTok live numbers live. Yeah, listen, I don't put much stock in like the numbers anyways. You're talking to a dude. I don't mind speaking to one person on the stream, okay? So I appreciate every single person. Like the way I view it, it's like if I had 3 people watching my stream, I view it in the same way as if you guys were physically in front of me, watching me or just hanging out with me. And to me, to have even one person willing to spend more than 5 minutes of their time to be entertained by me or just enjoy what I do, that's like insane. It's a crazy thing that we sometimes kind of dilute the impact of through digital, because it's remote. But imagine like hundreds of people. I don't know how, like people who have thousands of people watching them, it's like you're filling up stadiums, right? At some point, of people who are just interested in who you are or what you do. So yeah, having more than my cats hang out with me while I do my work is it's a nice blessing. So don't worry about that. Joseph, I'm sorry to hear that, that you got your camera's gear stolen. It's happened to me once before, back when I used to live in San Francisco, where yeah, unfortunately someone stole my first camera. Was a Sony a6000. They stole that. They stole my laptop at the time. I was just just out of college, not with with a lot of cash flow type of person. So it was very sad, very humbling at the same time. Now we have upgraded to a bunch of crazy gear, but I live in Dubai now, where it's much safer. The chances of someone breaking in and stealing my stuff is thankfully much lower, but it's never zero. Right? It's never 0%. There's always a chance. You got to be careful. But yeah, thank you guys. Everyone back on my normal stream on TikTok, or not TikTok, sorry, Twitch and YouTube. I am testing a few things right now. So I'm doing too much, to be honest with you. It's a bit overwhelming. I'm testing YouTube vertical stream in addition to my landscape normal stream. And I inadvertently ended up starting a stream on TikTok before I was ready to. So I am streaming on my TikTok channel as well. And so I'm trying to juggle between all these platforms. The main thing right now is I'm being entertained by TikTok, especially just trying to figure out how to set up these scenes, if the audio, if everything is working okay. And it was kind of cool because we had Joseph send me, you sent me 2 gifts. That's cool. You sent me a rose earlier, and then now there's a heart. So thank you very much. Wow, I got to really learn this platform. I can only imagine those are good things. So, and then there's like a coin system I see at the top where you can earn coins maybe just from like interactions and stuff like that, which is cool. And the main thing, again, like I said though, I gotta forget. Okay, let me just digest all this real quick. Ooh, and some hearts came through as well. I have no idea what's going on, guys. I'm not gonna lie. In the meantime, as you watch me fumble around, I wanted to at least make sure my cat cameras are turned on so you guys will be entertained by that. Let's go ahead and maybe zoom in all the way. Sadly, my cat at the bottom is a bit tinier on the screen because I kind of like the aesthetics of the Mr. Steampunk guy. But maybe what I should do, let's just test it real quick. If I zoom in all the way, how would it look? My tea is done anyway, so. And then as we learn, yo, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan says hello. Hello, Obi-Wan. Thanks for being here. I'm in the middle of testing out TikTok. So if you would like to see how a TikTok stream looks like, head over to TikTok and you can find me at Yobel Prize. But I gotta warn you, I'm not a TikToker, although I've been wanting to kind of revive my channel a bit. My TikTok number is overly inflated because of one video that I posted on TikTok that went viral. It literally garnered millions of views, and then it got me from like, I don't remember at this point. Let's call it like, imagine I had like 50 followers or something on TikTok, and then this one video, 1 month after I posted it, went viral. It just like got picked up by the TikTok algorithm, and I saw it travel around the world. It was actually kind of a cool experience. But then from that one video, I got 100,000 followers. So that was insane, but it was a bit premature because I wasn't posting on TikTok regularly. So I never felt like I really earned the following. Plus, I know it's a bit easier to get follows on TikTok versus like some of the other platforms. So yeah, but it's an inflated number. But now that I started getting into live streaming, it is a thought that I've been having, which is I want to figure out how to live stream across all the live streaming platforms, starting with YouTube and Twitch. And then as of a few days ago, I want to start testing out the vertical format. So we started testing on YouTube. And so the natural progression is, can I stream live stream on TikTok? And it sounds like it's possible. We're doing it. So now I'm just kind of setting up these cameras here. Oh, nice. I can follow people directly from this. So Joseph, I gave you a follow. Thank you very much for the I don't know what you call it, the gifts, the hearts and the roses. Thanks for being in the chat. But yeah, as a wildlife photographer, it's nice to meet other fellow creators. Okay, so the stream is up and running. I see a section where I can set up the scenes. And I apologize those of you guys on my YouTube and Twitch side of things, because you're mainly seeing my editing, my DaVinci Resolve here without me doing anything on it. So maybe what I'll do is first let me switch back to like a normal, let's switch over to Kimbap since he's hanging out over here. Let me set up a scene in TikTok so I can have my desktop showing so that I can start working on some video and see if it works on a TikTok stream as well. No drop frames so far. That's good. And it's taking up 1.3% of my CPU. So how do I create a new scene? Add scene. We're gonna create a full camera view. No, we'll do a split view. I guess it doesn't matter what I choose here. Requesting to bypass the system, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Alright, so you guys are seeing my screen, I guess. Which one was the one we were just on, though? Oh no, did I have to like save the thing that I created? Did it disappear? Oh, come on. Oh wait, no, maybe it's this one. Nope. There it is. Okay. At least it's still there. Yeah, because I wanted to share my another view. Ooh, look at Nala. Good girl. So again, this is Nala over on the bottom, and then Kimbap is on the top. So we're just chilling over here. But I do need to figure out how to make this work. And it's so annoying, bad timing, but I'm like super congested. Let me go ahead and blow my nose again. Unmuted. Music is playing. Let me check my YouTube. Sorry, I stepped away from the YouTube stuff. Mindful, you said, I can see you live on TikTok. No video is there, though. Okay, that was from previously. And then you said YouTube always has a 10 to 12 second delay compared to other platforms. But it's definitely a better quality. Gotcha. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so those are all fine. Everything else seems fine. God, it sucks being sick. Now, there's a few things I'm trying to be mindful of, because I know with TikTok there's like so many rules, right? Where you can get like suspended or banned for saying the wrong thing, or if someone sneezes and I say bless you, maybe I'll get banned for that. So I have no idea. I just got to be mindful. Also, I'm wondering, does it make sense to try to create some scenes now while I'm live? Well, I would like to be able to add one view on here so you guys can see when I'm editing something. So how could I do that? Let's see. Let me add a scene. Let's choose window, display capture, window capture. Maybe window capture? Cool, okay, this could work. Capture cursor, yes. And then this one could be camera other, sure. Let's see if this works. Okay, so this kind of works. Obviously, I need to readjust a few things. So how do I do this? Let's minimize. So the goal is I can have a scene where you guys can see what I'm editing at the same time as you can see me. It doesn't have to be this full screen though. Actually, let's delete this one because this looks off, or it's a weird, couldn't delete camera sources required to ensure real time. Okay, fine. Let's add a new camera source. How do I add source? Camera. Okay, let's flip it and add it. Okay, so forget the one that was just created. It's weird because it's like cropped already, which I don't like. There's probably an easier way to adjust it. So let's say if I put myself somewhere near the top. Is it easy for me to crop? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So let's say if I just crop this a bit. So you guys don't need to see much of me, really. And then if this goes somewhere in the middle, where's the middle? Okay. I guess maybe I shouldn't crop myself then. Hold on. And then let's expand it just to... Okay, so if we have this on the top, we got the editing screen on the middle. And then if I can add my beautiful cats. Okay, so we got cat number 1. And then this one, let me crop. So this one I will crop a bit. But I gotta figure out, I don't know how to... I'm a bit OCD, or no, I'm a bit of a perfectionist at times. So this might end up bothering me a bit. like in terms of getting them the actual right, because I can't really see from here, but ideally I can have both cameras equal size. So we got one of my cats. Let's add the second one. Okay. So probably the easiest way to do it is, let's like line it up here. And then try to lock it in. Now the problem with this size is we cut off Mr. Steampunk's head here. But there might not be an option. Or that might be it. So let me see. So what if I cut a little bit of the bottom? So that way I can get the full Mr. Steampunk. And then let's expand this. Shoot. Whoops. Okay, so let's say it's not perfect in terms, they're not the same size right now. But it's like close enough, right? Maybe if I Okay, so let's say this is the aesthetic we're going for, and then let's crop this just slightly. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. So, I mean, obviously we're just doing this on the fly, but this could be one of the scenes that I create for my TikTok lives. So you guys can see like the editing screen, you can see me, and then you can see my cats. It's weird because obviously I usually stream on like a landscape, like desktop mode. So then the question becomes, would people actually be interested in watching a TikTok live of me editing my footage when the screen is so tiny on a mobile screen already? You know what I mean? Like if we've got this all set up here. So let's imagine I'm working on a footage here. So this is a project I'm working on where I'm trying to find all the clips of the baby chimps. And I'm kind of going through it to see what I want to keep, what could work for like a 3 to 5 minute type video. So then it looks okay on my desktop because obviously it's much larger. But then if you're watching the stream from on your phone, my assumption is that it's like pretty difficult to make sense of anything, right? Because it's going to be super, super cropped in. So I don't really know what are the best options. Either I need to crop a portion of my DaVinci Resolve. So let's say I just turn it into almost like a square size or a taller scene or a taller cropping. And then I just got to make sure that it's mostly what you want to see, right? Which is difficult because obviously when I'm editing, I'll switch between these tabs and sometimes you're hiding this button and it changes with the orientations. So yeah, I don't have a good idea yet, but this is why we're trial and erroring. So the key thing, oh yeah, and then I guess if I go full screen mode, oh, but then if I go full screen, you guys can't see it. Interesting, I didn't know that. So maybe I need to change it to like a display. Jeremy said, I would say for TikTok, if your view is more your cats in the edit, then the cats are the main view. Yeah, that's what, that was actually my initial thought process. So I was like, yo, if you get, I don't know if you remember me saying this. You said your editing should be larger than the screen space of your cats if that is the main focus. Yeah, I agree. It's so annoying because I'm so congested. I can feel it when I'm trying to talk. But if you remember, there's a time where I was kind of joking but serious, where I was like, yo, I could do a live stream on my TikTok where all it is a full screen view of my cat. And sadly, that would get more views than my normal stream just because it's my cat, you know? But actually there is a logic to that, where if I am a bit limited in terms of what I can share on a vertical screen on TikTok, I could technically just have a scene where it's like a full screen view of my cats. And then forget trying to do like an editing scene, just because of, again, how it's a bit limiting, right? So for example, what are the ones we worked on? We had this. So this one I'm assuming looks okay on a mobile screen because it's enough of a zoom in that I guess you would be able to make sense of everything. So it could just be like, hey, if I'm in a talking mode, I just set it to something like this. The other option could be, let's do a full camera, or yeah, let's do a full camera. No, we don't want this one though. What is this? So let's say I do a full camera. People love cats? Yeah, exactly, right? So for example, oh, and I guess I could do it horizontal. Give me a second. I gotta blow my nose again. Oh, so annoying. I'm dying. Oh wait, no. Am I allowed to say that? Okay, we're back. Okay, so let's imagine, I guess I would have one option where I just do a full screen of this. Although it might be too much of a zoom where you'll end up cropping my cat. So let me just double check. So it could be something like this, right? Where it's just like literally a full screen view of each of my cats that I switch between. But I don't know if it looks too good because you'll end up cropping a lot. So my current thinking is doing something similar to what I set up on YouTube, where let's imagine it could be something like this. Something like this. And then I have two smaller cameras on the top that shows me and then my other cat. So instead of, yeah, so then what I could do here is I would split this in half essentially. Something like this. Camera. Okay. So then this one, yeah, same thing. I just crop each one. And then I'll probably zoom in a bit actually. Whoops. So it'd be something like this. Man, I need to figure out where the halfway point is. Doesn't matter. All right, hold on. So then this one. So imagine if I'm like this. Whoops. Okay, this is crude, but it'd be kind of like what I have set up here. So you'd be able to see, yeah, and then I'll basically flip it so I can have another scene, which is my other cat taking up most of the space, and then the other one is on top, and then I'm always just kind of at the top area. So it could be something like this. But like I said, my ideal state is I would still prefer if I can have a stream key. If I can get the stream key, then I do all of this via OBS. We're fine. But then when I'm editing, you guys wouldn't be able to see it from this scene. So can I rename this? Okay, so this would be called Cat Cam Nala Split. And then this one we'd call what? Tricam main. This would be the Tricam main or something, I don't know. Although, yeah, I guess I would need to zoom in so you guys have a better visual of my cats. Otherwise, if it's too small on the screen, I don't think... Jeremy says, I thought you needed to get a new stream key for every TikTok session? Really? Would they really make you do that? Excuse me. I need to get some water. Well, the thing is, Jeremy, I don't even know where the stream key is located. I kind of gave up on it, but I guess I might as well keep looking. Now that I know things are stable on TikTok, at least I know you guys can hear my audio and you should be able to see this nice visual here on the TikTok side. Then on the Twitch and YouTube side, I apologize, guys. I'm kind of all over the place as I'm testing things out here. Let me switch over to Nala. Okay, we're just going to put on the casual Nala camera as I play around with TikTok here. So, where is this stream key? Live info at the top. Okay. So here's where I chose art. I chose my first stream is on TikTok. Advanced settings. And that's it. Help center, feedback, minimize, services, tools. Okay, I'm gonna Google this real quick. So, where to find TikTok stream key in TikTok Live Studio. To find your TikTok stream key for external software like OBS, you must first unlock the Go Live feature. That's what I did. Once unlocked, you navigate to the live producer, select a category, blah, blah, blah. It generates the server URL and stream key needed in your streaming software, with each key expiring after a few hours. Oh, okay. So yeah, Jeremy, that must be what you're talking about, yeah? So that's like one of the key differences. You know what? I think I was watching someone who was doing a TikTok stream and he mentioned that was like one of these annoying things where if you're doing like a really long stream, you would have to like reset it. On the next screen, scroll down to find the server URL and stream key. They make it sound so easy, but I swear to I swear, it's just not, it's not visible, man. You said, yes, I recall this as I was trying to do this for a client once. Yeah. I feel like a fool trying to figure this out. But I feel like a fool always, so that works out. Jeremy, can I ask, do you hear any music at all? Or is it just my voice? There's no like background audio? Because obviously I would like to be able to play my music, but then that could be another issue that gets me in trouble if there's like some random copyright thing that pops up. Primal's in the chat. Primal is stopping by to say hello before starting work. Have a great day streaming. Thank you very much, Primal. I appreciate it. I'm kind of congested, so I'm dealing with a little bit of that right now. But thanks for being here. I hope you have a good day at work. I am currently testing out how to do live streams vertically on both YouTube, and then I accidentally started a stream on TikTok. So we're just running with it. I'm seeing how it works. But yeah, it's kind of fun. But yes, thank you, Primal. Thanks for being here. I am just kind of in struggle session mode as I figure out how to navigate this TikTok Studio dashboard and specifically where I can find said key. We're on a mission to find a key right now. But I can also share, oh wait, Jeremy said on YouTube the music level versus audio is great. On TikTok the music is about 30 decibels high. Oh, but you can hear my music? That's a win, actually. I didn't think that was... Oh, you can adjust the volume here. Okay. Test, test. Yep. Okay, so I can increase it here. Test, test, test. Media. Okay, what about now? So if I drop this a little bit, is this too much? There's music on TikTok. It might be coming from my Scarlett, which I've turned down slightly, and then I increased my microphone. Let me drop it a little bit. Testing, testing, testing. Now it's much better. Oh, okay, let me bring it back. So I'm at 250% on my primary microphone, and then I'm at 92% for my audio, which I'm assuming is the music that is being picked up. So thank you, man. Thank you for letting me know. Yo, it's so nice that we got like troubleshooting happening right now. Now, if only you can tell me where the freaking stream key is. Voice is a little hot now. Oh, that's what you meant. That did mean something, I see. Okay, let me drop it. Okay, this is my normal talking voice. I've got it set to 175% for my microphone now. And I didn't touch the other mixer thing for the music, I'm assuming. So hopefully it's at least less hot, but not cool. And I'm looking at this, so this TikTok Studio thing, it's got a bunch of options, which obviously I'll have a lot of fun just learning. But there's an option to enhance with effects, makeup, and more. What the hell? What the heck, I mean? Glam shimmer. Oh, so they got all these like augmented reality stuff. I wonder if I can use it on my cats. That would be hilarious. Oh, I see. Yeah. Dang, that's kind of crazy. Wait, does this mean I can do the exact same thing on Instagram? So Instagram is the next challenge, right? So my hope is I can multi-stream across everything. How do I delete this though? Oh, here we go. Jeremy said music is maybe 12 to 20 decibels lower, which is okay. I would shoot for audio at 30 decibels higher than audio, than music. Okay, so let me drop the music just ever so slightly. Yeah, because I don't want the music to be way too loud anyways. Okay, so what else can I look at here? There's a mobile preview button. Let me click on that. Oh, that's what it looks like. Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. But then I see that some of my camera views are blocked by all the crazy overlays that are built in. Couldn't make this change during live. Okay. This is actually pretty exciting. I gotta say, coming from like the OBS, TikTok, or not Twitch. Now I'm getting TikTok and Twitch mixed up a bunch, but there seems to be really cool features here that I think are unique to TikTok. So I am excited to kind of test everything out here. Jeremy, you're asking, is that because you're using OBS to manage your audio? No, it's all coming through my Scarlett Focusrite. I don't think the TikTok stream is connected whatsoever to OBS right now, which is obviously the problem, right? I'm trying to get it to sync in through OBS, so I do everything from there instead of managing a TikTok studio plus doing my stream deck, switching and all that via OBS. So right now I'm not doing an ideal setup, but I mean, that was mainly just because I can't find out where the stream key is. Wait, does that mean, so right now it says I've been live on TikTok for 48 minutes. Does that mean that at some point the stream is going to end? Hold on, let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, Amber, I'm currently doing my live stream. I couldn't find the stream key on TikTok. I hit the go live button, I set up the title and the description and whatever else, but then it just kicked off the stream. And I still cannot find where the stream key is located. Another thing, as I was briefly doing some Google searching, is that apparently you generate a stream key, but it might be generated every time you stream. And I read somewhere that maybe the key actually expires after a few hours of streaming. Can you verify the truth of all of that, or what can you find online?
Sure thing. So it turns out that with TikTok Live Studio, the stream key usually expires after about 24 hours. That means every time you want to start a new stream, you'll need to generate a fresh stream key. Usually you can do that by going live on your mobile device to grab that new key and then plug it into your desktop setup. So yeah, just keep in mind that it changes each time you start a new stream.
Okay, fine. But what about the main issue that we've been trying to solve? Where is this stream key? I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, let's get you that key for sure. So typically in TikTok Live Studio, you should see it right before you officially go live. If it's not showing up easily in the main dashboard, sometimes there's a button that says something like Get Stream Key or Show Stream Key under the streaming settings or advanced settings. It might also be in a little gear icon or a settings menu off to the side. And yes, every time you go live, you might have to generate a new one. So the key is definitely there. It's just a matter of finding that little settings or info section. If you're not seeing it right away, try looking for a tab that says Stream Info or Output, and it should be right there.
Okay, it's not where you say it is. Now, maybe the alternate option I'm trying to look at is I'm on the browser, like, you know, like the livecenter.tiktok.com. And so I'm wondering if I'm on the URL, would the stream key be located somewhere there?
Yes, exactly. If you're on the TikTok Live Center in your browser, that's actually a really common place to find the stream key. So you can go to something like livecenter.tiktok.com or the main live dashboard in your browser, and there should be an option that shows you the stream key. Usually it'll be under something like Go Live or Stream Settings on that web interface, and you'll find a place to copy the key. So yeah, the browser Live Center is a great place to grab it if it's not showing up directly in the app.
Okay, it's not where you say it is. So there is no, yeah, basically I can see analytics, where you got like an overview and video analysis. I can see real-time performance. I can see a fan club, a help center, and about me, but I don't see anything about stream settings.
Got it. Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes these platforms do like to hide these options in less obvious places. So if it's not in the main analytics or overview areas, there might be a create or go live button somewhere else in the sidebar that leads you to a page where you can generate that key. It can be a bit of a treasure hunt, but if you're not seeing it in the main Live Center tabs, try looking for any Create Live or New Live button that might open a new window or pop up where the stream key is revealed. If it's still not appearing there, sometimes TikTok does have different regional versions of the interface, but generally it's going to be in that Live Center area under a live creation or output setting. We'll keep digging until you find it.
When you say we'll keep digging, you're not gonna do anything right now, right?
That's right. I'm not going to do anything else at the moment unless you need me to. Basically, I'm just here if you want to keep troubleshooting together. So just let me know if you want to keep going or if you want to look around a bit more yourself.
Useless. Useless. Okay, my assumption is maybe the information online is just not accurate. Possibly... No, hold on. Obviously, I'm not the first one to ask about this. The whole point of me doing this was, I'm pretty sure I watched other videos that were saying something about, hey, you can stream, just get the stream key, blah, blah, blah. So I'm assuming it is all feasible. It could mean that maybe I don't qualify. That could be one thing. Maybe I haven't qualified to receive the stream key. So maybe once I qualify, there's like some, like, yeah, if I level up, if you will, there could be an option that pops up eventually. That's like, hey, here's a stream key for you. That's going to be my current assumption. Support and feedback. I'll go to a help center. How about that? What do you need help with? Let me type in stream key. Nothing popped up. You seem to want to know how to get a stream key for TikTok. Currently, TikTok Live has not opened the stream key permissions to all users. It is recommended to use the official TikTok Live Studio for streaming. If you have a special need, you can contact TikTok Live's official operations to apply for stream key permissions. Okay. It's an AI response to me searching stream key in their help bar, but that seems to make a bit more sense. So it's like, hey, they restrict access to the stream key because I'm assuming they want users to play with the TikTok studio settings as opposed to using like a third party like OBS. So maybe they're just like closed gardening it essentially, which, listen, I respect. It is what it is. And then maybe once I get, let's say if I grow as a streamer on TikTok, then at some point maybe they give you access to doing some custom stuff or like getting it into OBS. So, okay, fine, I accept. At the very least, at least I know how to go live now on TikTok. So here's the goal. The goal is, let's say for tomorrow when I stream again, I will, beforehand, I need to set up a number of scenes within TikTok so that the moment I go live, I can follow a similar structure to how I go live on YouTube and Twitch. And I'll test it for two things, I guess. I'll do my... Actually, I don't know if it makes sense to do my co-working on here. But at the very least, I'll test streaming on TikTok again tomorrow with just a little bit more time to prepare. Because obviously, I just kind of went into this cold and hoping that things work. But this has been actually kind of cool. It is interesting that you're able to see in a more dynamic way when someone hops on the stream, when people are joining, when people are watching. There seems to be more built-in features where people can like gift or send you things to make it a bit more engaging. I think that's really cool. The vertical format, that's just completely different from my usual type of work, so that's going to be fun to play around with. There are a number of things on the left here that I see that you can do a co-hosting, you can do polls and gift vote, a goodie bag, treasure box, live goals, and then there's something called fan club. So there seems to be a bunch of things here meant for live streams. But I don't know. I'm obviously the type of live streaming I do, I don't know if it necessarily is mapped to what people expect on TikTok. But hey, we can create our own niche. Jeremy says, weird, the audio and video are better on the mobile device than on desktop for TikTok. Okay. Yeah, magic, I guess. Well, I guess maybe it's because TikTok is meant for mobile, right? So I'm assuming the mobile app team is just a bit more with it compared to the desktop guys. Oh, and then there's a bunch of gamified things for me as a creator as well. So for instance, I see something here. It's called hourly ranking. So it shows you like the top live streamers on TikTok. I'm assuming in my region because a bunch of it's in Arabic. But there, for instance, there's a dude at the top. He's got 488,000 people watching him right now. That's insane. Whereas I'm way at the bottom. I don't even make it onto the list. Complete stage 2 to unlock rankings. Allow your username and activity information to be shown on gaming rankings. Okay. That could be some fun competition stuff or motivation. I am interested as to why when I accidentally went live, we got like a crazy influx of people coming in. I think at some point it was like over 100 people watching the stream. And I wonder if it's maybe maybe people who followed me got a notification and then they clicked on it is my guess. So it looks like the notification system does work. Although with, yeah, anyways. So that'll be interesting to keep testing out. And then I just got to figure out if I have the right setup. So we'll create the scenes. I want to get into some editing mode. So I'm kind of stun locked here because obviously I'm testing out this TikTok and I have a lot of work I need to get done. So how can I do that? I can switch to the new camera view where we show my editing screen. Why not? Let's do that. So what if, ooh, okay, I have an option. Let me duplicate the scene. We're gonna name this one Tricam Editing. We're gonna add a source here for the display capture, no, window capture. Reminder, we encourage everyone to create and share original content. We do not allow users to publish or distribute content that infringes someone else's intellectual property rights. And typical examples can be movies, TV shows, sports, blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right. I don't know why they were warning me. Okay, let's bring this to the front. So my current thought was like, okay, what if I just remove myself completely? Delete myself. Put my editing screen in the middle. And then just have my cats on either side. And then I guess you would hear my voice like a ghost whispering at you while we edit. So this is one option. I'm kind of brainstorming here, okay? So if it's a bad idea, let me know. But I'm just trying to think what would be the preferential way to watch me work. Because I do need to get some work done here. So let's imagine I'm on DaVinci. And then, oh yeah, I guess I could add some text and some other things to let people know what's going on. How do I do that? Oh, and then the other option is, I guess, I don't think this would work, but let me just see how it would look. Okay, so I could do like a full screen mode, but obviously the issue is now you gotta put it in landscape. So, yeah. I want to test doing this kind of wide angle again. Like, I think it's nice to have the zoomed in of my cats, but there is something nice about the aesthetics when it's a bit more zoomed out, because then you get, obviously you get more of the environmental shots. And you also get the, you get one cat on the left, one cat on the right. A bit more cool tones on the top and then some warm tones on the bottom. So this is something also I want to kind of test out. Is it better to have them all separate, even having the spaces in between? Yeah. I'm not sure. So for example, let's do a quick test. And let me switch over on OBS. We're going to do the same thing now. So everything should be synchronized. My YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Everyone should be able to see that I'm editing on DaVinci. And the main task I want to do right now is I'm just going to start cutting out or identifying the key parts to keep. Oh wait, before we do that, I don't think we finished the task yesterday. I think we have more footage to go through. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep looking through some footage. And let me just have everything available so I can see. Okay, here we go. So a few streams ago, I think we were looking through some of the footage that I have to see what to keep. And we stopped after the chimp shot where we see the chimp just rolling. Oh, but then, oh yeah, that's the issue. If I full screen it, you guys don't see that screen. So what can I do here? Hold on. Give me a second. I might have to... Let's add a source. Let's do display capture maybe. Okay, there we go. So if I do... Okay, there we go. So I'm going to delete this one. We'll put this in the middle. All right. So now I can do full screen, yes. Let's see if it shows up. Perfect. Oh yeah, professional streamer. Okay, so this is the last footage we looked at last time. Basically, I'm just going through hours of footage that I have from a recent project where I was on a chimpanzee island filming for a new Nikon camera that they released. And I'm trying to make a little mini episode that I can publish to my YouTube channel. And it's going to just be a bunch of clips that I have of the baby chimps. So just playful moments. So I think we were curating a bunch of the clips that I have of the baby chimps. And basically what I'm looking for is anything where the chimp is just being playful. So obviously this is like the highlight. This one is probably the most memorable shot, if you will. So we drag that over. And now I'm just looking at some of the other footage as we continue. I can't tell if this is a baby. It seems more like a teen. Actually, this would be a younger chimp. Let me see. And the chimp is being very weird, which I like. Let's copy that over. The good news, by the way, as I'm monitoring everything, it seems like I'm not getting hit with any weird copyright stuff with my music. Like, I am technically playing licensed music, right? As in, like, I have the right licenses for it. It's all through the right sound platforms. But I'm always nervous. You just, like, I just don't know. Every platform treats it differently, you know? Like how YouTube is, like, the most overly strict, and they'll ding you for things even though you got the licenses, which is so annoying. Whereas I found that Twitch seems to be more relaxed about it, and I think Kick never even cared to begin with. So I was curious if TikTok would cause issues, but so far it seems fine. So I don't know how good the quality is from a mobile screen to see the live. Again, I imagine once I start doing some color grading, or as I do a bit more of the granular edits, it may not really show up well on a mobile screen. So I'm thinking what I would need to do is maybe in the moments where I'm about to do some like very granular levels of editing, I might need to create an additional scene where I do like a full screen mode of DaVinci, let's say, and I just need to crop it or place it in a location where I normally would be when I'm gonna, like, you know, going in on some of the edits. So, or I literally flip it into a landscape mode. I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it, hopefully come up with some cool ideas. And the best case would be, hopefully, if you're watching this on a mobile screen, yeah, hopefully it's still visible enough. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to read you can't see, like, the text here, I'm assuming. It's probably going to be very fuzzy or small. But hopefully the visual of the chimpanzee is clean enough that you can follow along with whatever I'm doing. And hopefully it's interesting enough that if I do color grades or if I'm editing it, you guys can follow along. Jeremy's saying, are you creating hot buttons on an Elgato Stream Deck for these views, or are you just making the changes on OBS? So I have my Stream Deck, although now I wish I bought the bigger one, but I have one of those, I have like the small Stream Deck, and so I use everything through the OBS. So everything's controlled via OBS. So now, unless I can actually find the answer, unless I do end up finding a stream key that I can throw into OBS for TikTok, it sounds like I'll need to have a separate Stream Deck button programmed to the scenes within TikTok. And I'm assuming Elgato probably works with TikTok, so it should be okay. But yeah, that would be an extra step I need to start taking. And then the question becomes, am I going to run into the same issue if I try to live stream on Instagram? So, okay, here's what's going to happen. Tomorrow, I'm going to stream again, and this time, every day I'm like testing something new, which is not a smart way to do it, but it's kind of fun for me. Or I'm going to basically overwhelm myself. So tomorrow's stream, every stream I've been adding one new thing, starting with the vertical stream on YouTube. Today, doing the vertical stream on TikTok. Tomorrow, I'm going to do all of it, plus I'll try to do an Instagram live stream as well at the same time. And hopefully, I need to look into that now. Hopefully Instagram has a stream key that I can access. Otherwise, it's going to be another platform that I have to manually manage the scenes or whatever, so. But I do like these challenges. This was one of the coolest chimps. This guy was like, I felt like when he's standing up, he's maybe like twice the height of all the other chimps there. It's crazy. Okay, I gotta blow my nose though. Hold on. Yeah, even the mute buttons, I have to like manually hit the mute on TikTok plus the mute on OBS. Maybe there's like some Stream Deck options that can control all the audio stuff as needed, but yeah. Man, it sucks being sick. I'm so congested, it sucks. Jeremy said, I also want to ask if you are on a PC or a Mac. Everything, I'm on a Mac. Technically, I do have an OBS, or sorry, not OBS. I have a mini PC that I recently purchased for my live stream concept once I start traveling. But I haven't set up the OBS stuff on there yet. I had some initial ambitions where I wanted to stream on... I wanted to connect the mini PC to my Mac Studio and then run the OBS through the mini PC. So the stream would be powered by the mini PC, and then I would use NDI, I guess, to connect my Mac Studio stuff to the mini PC. So that way all the heavy duty, like my DaVinci Resolve edits, my photo edits, all the heavy things would still be run through Mac Studio, and then it would just be mirrored, the display would be shared via the NDI. So I had thoughts on making that possible, which would then mean I can do all of my streaming via a PC unit. And I know that there's a lot of different programs that are just built for streaming for PC, for Windows versus like Mac, including, I thought, you know, streaming on TikTok. My assumption was also that was gate kept by PC users. But that's changed, so at least there's that. Man. But yeah, I do have this mini PC. I got to start setting it up. But like I said, I bought this so I can start testing for when I travel. So then the mini PC would essentially power the OBS, maybe the live FTP if I end up using that, but it'll connect to the Rodecaster. The Rodecaster would then be connected to 2 Nikon ZRs is my current thinking, plus my own ZR that I'm using to shoot. And that could be through a wireless HDMI. Yeah. You know, the music kind of goes well with this. Jeremy asking, I use the PC for all the streaming and management, but then the Mac for editing, and then sharing a screen input from the Mac to the video switcher. Okay, I think that's kind of what I'm saying, maybe. So you're saying instead of using NDI, you're able to just use the video switcher to be able to hook up your Mac to the PC? But yeah, like the thing you said about not impacting the processing, that's the main thing I was trying to avoid. So mini PC, all it's doing is focusing on running OBS and run the stream. And then it would just need to mirror or somehow pull in the visuals from my Mac Studio that's running all the heavy duty stuff. So in principle, or in theory, it's making sense in my head. It was just like in practice, there's a few things I didn't think about because I don't have a video switcher right now. I have my Scarlett Focusrite. So then it was like, okay, well, how do I capture audio from my Mac Studio? So let's say if I'm editing in DaVinci Resolve, and obviously I want people to hear the audio that's coming from the video that I'm editing. How can I get it so the audio comes into the mini PC where the OBS is being run? And then it was like this whole thing I had to figure out. It's like, okay, does that mean my microphone, the Scarlett Focusrite, everything has to now connect into the mini PC? And as I keep thinking about this, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm overpowering this mini PC. I don't even know if I have enough input, HDMI inputs or USB-C inputs or whatever else. If I'm plugging in like a Scarlett Focusrite with my microphone, the speakers, you know, like multiple, like at least 3 cameras, right? For my cat cameras and me, plus maybe more, plus like the keyboard and microphone. I don't know. There's like all of this. I'm like, oh, it might not be good for the home studio. I do not use NDI, only SDI or HDMI. So much less hassle for dropouts. Yeah, the only issue is, oh yeah. HDMI, I have the Elgato capture cards, or the Elgato cam links. But that one also I had a concern, like, am I going to overpower this mini PC if I've got 3 Elgato cam links hooked into the, you know, into the USB ports? Even if I'm streaming at 1080, 30 frames instead of like 4K. So anyways, now my patience here is I'm waiting to see if I purchase the Rodecaster Video. Assuming I purchase that, that might become my new solution for the home studio as well, where I would assume if I get the Rodecaster, I would then hook in all of my cameras into the video switcher, and there should be 4 inputs at least. I would hook in, I wouldn't need my Scarlett Focusrite anymore is my current thought process, or I think that's true, where now I should be able to connect the speakers directly into the Rode. I should be able to connect my microphone into the Rodecaster, I think. Yeah, but I haven't tested it yet. Okay, so good footage, but not of babies. Here we go. We got some baby chimps. So this one should work. And all of this is slowed down to 24 frames per second. So the question is, if I end up having like 10 to 20 minutes worth of footage, that feels a little too long for me to post on YouTube, because I'm trying to make these like just like moments, not necessarily, you know, film. So if I can find things that are like 10 minutes or shorter, that would be preferable. So either I'm going to end up speeding up the clips if I have too many of them, or I have to be selective of which clips that I use. But there's something about slow motion with wildlife that it's just like hard to beat, right? Where I almost want to always do it that way. Like seeing this in slow motion it's cool because you feel like you're like seeing every moment. You almost feel like you understand the thought process behind the chimps. Okay, it's a good shot. Oh, nice. We get a nice little... I'm assuming this older teen is about to smack him. Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh, he missed. He's bluffing. So yeah, of like this long clip, probably this moment right here is definitely the highlight. So a lot of the other parts probably I'll just cut out. But this is a nice moment. It looks like they're fighting, but they're kind of, it seems like they're bonding. Cool. Whoops. Oh, where'd the music go? Also, I need to figure out how to manage this a bit better, because now I have like so many windows open to like monitor all these random streams, because it's not all coming through OBS. So I am definitely making my life a bit more complicated, but in a fun way. So let me copy this guy. This is definitely going to be one of the highlight shots right here. We got ourselves a little yin and yang in terms of the colors. Kind of a baby chimp there, but it wasn't like clean shot. Oh, there we go. Let's check this out. Okay, this works. Let's copy this. Ooh, we got a good one. Okay, simultaneously, I'm just trying to figure out how can I... let's see if I add my camera here, but is there a way to crop this into like a circle? I just want like a tiny window so you can see my face, so it's not like a faceless stream. But I don't want to take away from my cats. So I want my cats to be shown there. Now, one of the options, I would just do full screen of myself on the bottom or top, and then I split the view in half of one of my cats on the left, one on the right. But I kind of like these full landscape visuals of my cats. So how can I do this? I guess I could just put in this little open space. It's not the cleanest though, that's the thing. It's a little random. But yeah, I guess I could, for now I think this is what I'll do. I'll just put myself in the top right there as we're working. Okay, but let's grab this guy. Both of them? Or no? Might have missed a few, let's see. 0603. Man, we got so many baby shots. Hello, Beatty. Hope you're having a good start to your day. I believe it's the morning time and all that. Oh, wait, yeah. You're not in Taiwan yet, right? But yes, welcome, Beatty. Today is a very interesting stream for me. I was doing a few tests, and I didn't mean to do one of those tests, which is going live on TikTok. But yeah, you're catching me as I'm kind of multitasking and researching a bit on streaming in vertical format. So in addition to my typical Twitch stream and my YouTube stream, I decided let me test doing the vertical YouTube stream at the same time. So there are two live streams that are happening on my YouTube channel, one in the YouTube Shorts vertical format, one in the default. And then I decided to test TikTok. So I am now live on TikTok, and I did it a bit prematurely because I hit the button to go live before I actually set up anything. But that was a fun test. So it's a trial by fire or whatever. So I think it seems like TikTok is fairly stable. There's no drop frames. Everything seems fairly good. It's just a matter of I need to like create my scenes again. But there's nothing to it. So going forward, so tomorrow as well, I'll be doing this again. I'll just rinse and repeat. I'll be streaming on TikTok again. I'll keep testing that out in addition to everything else. And if I feel really ambitious with it, I'm going to see if I can test out Instagram Live as well. So we're just kind of throwing things at the wall and see what sticks type thing. But yeah, Beatty, hopefully, I forget if you said you were already in Taiwan or you're still packing or about to head out there. But best of luck on your project. Oh, that reminds me. One of the tasks, I guess I'll do it tomorrow. One of the things I want to do is I want to like write down a potential film project idea that I have, because I want to start pitching it to different companies to see if they can fund it, right? Because I've noticed that is the route that a lot of people take. You will pitch an idea and then hopefully someone will bite. So I think I have a few options of places I would like to explore, the story that I want to capture, and yeah, and the companies that I should try to pitch it to. Another thing I'm struggling with right now is I got sick the other day. Not like severe sick, it's just I started getting some symptoms of like a sore throat, that kind of stuff. And unfortunately today I've also been experiencing a little bit of that where super congested, runny nose, and I had a bit of a migraine earlier and that's gone away thankfully. But yeah, I'm so stuffy right now. It is beyond annoying. Okay, we're gonna grab all three of this. Let's see how it looks. BD says, no, I leave to Taiwan tomorrow. Oh, nice. So now I am actually packing. Wait, but you were packing early. I remember you, it was like 6 days before your trip, right? You were like, oh yeah, I'm late. I'm starting to pack now. I was like, what are you talking about? That's like super early. I usually pack the 24 hours before leaving for the airport. Oh, actually, it's been a while since I was checking. Hold on, let me go on mute and blow my nose again. This is kill. I don't know if I can say that word. It's hurting me. Okay. Testing, testing. I'm back. All right, what did I want to look at? Oh yeah, I wanted to double check the vertical YouTube stream versus the landscape stream. So yeah, it looks like the vertical stream just barely. So again, too small of a sample size yet for now, but it looks like the vertical stream gets the slight edge in terms of increased viewership. And I did mention, we did get 2 people subbing to me via my YouTube vertical stream. So there is a power to the vertical concept. So while the landscape mode is still probably preferable for the things that I stream, right? Especially when I'm editing and stuff like that. It does look like it makes sense to be on the vertical platforms because it does seem to have some effect when it comes to discoverability. And obviously that matters to someone like me if I'm trying to grow my channel. So I think we'll continue doing these vertical streams. TikTok, that's a big question, right? So now obviously this is our first time on TikTok. I have no idea if what is the true value in terms of people following, finding, you know, wanting to explore my other platforms, things like that. But it can't hurt, right? Right? Okay, I think all of these are baby chimp shots, so let me copy these guys over. Man, I have so much to look through. So definitely I'm gonna have to be selective about it. BD says, I've been organizing my Cricky. What is a Cricky kit? Not necessarily my other stuff. What is Cricky? Is that like, did you mean to say cricket? And even then I'm curious what you mean. Like the sport cricket? Or is Cricky like some kind of term for filmmakers that I need to learn? Oh, by the way, I was playing around with Claude AI the other day, and I think I got it to create, although I think I might have crashed it, I gotta double check. I got it to create a little quiz game for me, because I thought what would be fun is if every day that I stream, I thought it'd be fun if I have like a little quiz that I can play, where it would quiz me on wildlife, travels, like countries and things like that. Where is this thing located? It could quiz me on camera techniques. It can quiz me on films, like cinema stuff, as well as film techniques. And it'd be fun if I played this every day that I stream as like a warm-up to the start of the stream, or just at various points, because obviously that will help me expand my own knowledge in the space, which I desperately need to do, especially if I'm going to be calling myself a professional. So I actually got Claude AI to generate, like, it looked nice. It was like a nice little UI, browser UI thing. And it seemed to work fairly well. It, you know, it's a bit buggy, but it, like, you know, if it actually could build that for me, that's so crazy. And then we can play this every day that I stream. So, and I would build my knowledge. BD says, no, not necessarily. It's more of a regional Bay Area film community term. Okay, cricky. But yeah, BD, that is one thing I'm trying to do as soon as possible, is I want to start actually submitting my short film to like film festivals. So obviously I have only one film. It's that short film that I made, but I would like to start putting it out there into the wild. And separately, I want to start pitching my film projects, like my travel projects that I want to do. I want to start pitching it to various organizations to see if they would give me funding. So I figure, what's the harm in asking? BD says, it comes from the Crick kit in emergency medicine. Oh, okay. Still, I have no idea what you mean by that, so. Okay, this is a nice shot. We get a close-up tracking shot of the baby chimp. You see a lot of that background moving in the nicely. So we'll definitely keep this one. I think I dragged it over already. Yes. This one's not like the best angle, and mostly it was out of focus on the baby, so I don't know if I'll keep any of that. These are some of the cleanest shots I got of the chimps, although again, this is not a baby chimp, so it doesn't fit the video I want to make. But it is a nice clean shot. Look at this. I think the chimp's name is Easy, and it was after it got bullied by a bunch of the other chimps, and this is after it calmed down, and it had rained in the morning, so you do see a lot of water droplets on the chimp. But this is like literally the aftermath. This is the calm after the storm. After Easy was crying because it got attacked, now you see it's like in the, okay, what is life? What's the meaning of all this? Am I depressed? And because it was early in the morning and it rained, it made the shot look even cleaner. So this was with the ZR. Yeah, I forget what time in the morning it was. So it's like nice soft light coming through. Here, not as good because obviously I was shooting against the sun. My nose is killing me. Okay, as good at the shots as they are not baby chimps. Oh, here's where it got bullied again. So he had a slight reprieve. Oh no, not this one. It was the other one. Basically, there's a lot of chaos going on at this time. They're fighting. Okay, cool shots, but where are the babies? This was also a really cool shot, just because the colors look so nice. Again, just because it had finished raining, nice soft light, and like I didn't have to do much in terms of color grading, and the colors just felt very rich, dense. Like the greens were so green. Yeah, it was good. I like it. But we need babies. Give me the babies. Ah, baby. Of course, I cropped its head off. Okay. Brief, but there's a part of that that probably works. This one probably does work. because I lost focus, but we'll drag both over just in case. So this was like a good shot in the sense of, I think as I'm learning like about composition, I feel like this is usually the kind of shots I'm looking for, where I'm shooting a bit eye level with the subject and the background is so far off in the distance from in the same direction as my camera lens, so you get that nice soft background, smooth, buttery, whatever. So the separation of the subject and the background was really good on this one. And also the chimp was kind of striking a pose here, looking contemplative, if that's a word. BD says, in our use case, it's basically a lot of small tools and things that can save a production if things don't go the way intended. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. That all makes sense now. Like, it's like, oh, duh. When you meant emergency kit, you meant like, yeah, in case of emergency, break glass, all the typical is like what, gaffer tape, or like, I don't know, like a bunch of random things, a little screwdriver thing in case you gotta screw that tripod in better. Oh, BD, I'm assuming you have a lot of practice with wireless HDMI products, because when I was at that 1 billion follower summit event, I was testing out a bunch of the gear that I might potentially use for my travel stream. And one thought that I had was, maybe if I want to hook up my main camera that I'll be using for the wildlife shoots, I can either have a HDMI connected to the switcher, but then the problem is this camera is going to be, I'm going to be lifting it up, I'm going to be moving it around a lot. So my one concern is obviously that the cable will snag on something and it'll be bad. So then my thought was like, maybe I need to invest in a wireless system. And they had the Hollyland Mars 4K, and then also the Hollyland Pyro something. And they were telling me that this should work, where if, let's say if I have the Hollyland Mars or whatever, you can hook it up into the shoe mount and then connect straight to the camera. And then you just need to attach the receiver to the video switcher, and that way it just wirelessly communicates to each other. So while the con would be that I have a extra weight on top of the camera, and especially if it's battery powered, hopefully it's like a USB-C, but either way there'd be a transmitter with a battery, so then it'd be extra weight on top of the camera. But the pro is that I won't have any cables connecting the camera to the switcher, so I can more freely move around with my camera during the shoot. But I just need to look into like, what are the best wireless HDMI options, and does it actually work for my needs? BD says, well, gaff tape is in high use. We go through at least 20 rolls in a production. Damn. All right, we got a little bit of baby shot here. What, are they fighting or what's going on? Okay, pretty playful. We'll keep that. BD says, I don't use any sort of HDMI in my work, but lots of wireless video transmission and control nonetheless. Oh, okay. So then, I mean, it sounds like you're the perfect person then for me to ask that. Would a Hollyland Mars 4K be a good option, or is it overkill? Or is like a Hollyland Pyro, I think was the name, is that better? And I gotta blow my nose again. Ugh. Oh my god, it sucks being congested. What a terrible timing. Right when I'm trying to, you know, be in the grind and everything, it's like, oh, I can't even speak properly. Oh, we got someone from Dubai. Great job, my friend. Oh, thank you very much. I apologize because I think your username is in Arabic, and unfortunately I cannot speak it, but I do see the flag. So thank you very much for hopping into the stream. This is my first time doing a TikTok live stream, so I'm not actually ready to stream, or I guess, you know, what's to stop you, right? I wasn't prepared to stream today, so I've just quickly put together a TikTok stream here, or like a scene. So you can see myself in the top, you see two of my, you can see both of my cats. And then right now I am a wildlife photographer and videographer. So currently I am working on another quick video that I will post on YouTube. So you guys can follow along in the middle of the screen here as I'm kind of going through some of my footage. These are all footage that I captured from Uganda recently, and I want to make a bit of shorter content out of it. But yes, I am live on YouTube and Twitch. You can find me everywhere at Yobel Prize. TikTok, realistically or candidly speaking, TikTok is not one of the platforms that I had been regularly posting on, but I've been meaning to test out streaming here and see if it works. And since it seems pretty good, the program here seems really nice, so I am planning to now stream and post more on TikTok going forward. BD, you said, I think Hollyland makes a lot of pure garbage. It's quite latent if you care about such things, but I don't think that would be a concern for you. I don't think it'll be garbage for my needs. I get for like what you guys do or what you do, it may not be to that standard, but for my needs, for like streaming and stuff like that, it should be fine, right? Plus, some of the brands that I'm working with in the region, I think they are like the distributors for Hollyland, or it's bigger in the region. So I also have that in mind, where if I can work with them, like maybe directly like a sponsorship, obviously that would be nice. Or potentially I can get some good discounts from some of the partners that I work with. Again, I apologize, I don't know your name in TikTok, but you said, great job, my friend. You will like TikTok. I do like TikTok, I do. It's just I have only so much time and so much energy to like post on different accounts. So TikTok, I was originally on Instagram. So my journey started off in Instagram, and then I moved over to YouTube recently. And then TikTok, I was just, as I started to make some like reels and like, you know, short form content, I would take the ones that I made on YouTube, or sorry, on Instagram, and I started posting it on TikTok. And I was like, okay, what's the harm? But I didn't know how to use TikTok. I was just saying like, oh, let's just post my same content. And then one of my TikTok videos went viral, and it went crazy viral. It was really cool. It was really exciting to see how that works. And by the way, it went viral after 1 month. So I posted it, and then nothing happened. 1 month later, somehow the algorithm just picked it up and tossed it all around the world. And it was one of the coolest experiences I've had, because, you know, when a video goes viral, it's not like, you know, who cares? It's cool to know that your content is enjoyed. But the reason I thought it was such a memorable experience was I actually got to see the video travel all around the world, because I would get all these notifications, and every once in a while the notifications of people typing comments in the video were in different languages. So I was able to see like, oh, all of a sudden it'd be like, I don't know, I'm gonna make it up, but let's say it's like everyone's typing in Russian, and then all of a sudden everyone's speaking or it's like in Vietnamese, or it's in you know, Filipinos were all chatting together, and you can see as it was like traveling around the world. And it was one of the coolest experiences. It made me realize maybe I was being a little bit too negative about like the concept of like things going viral and why it doesn't matter or should matter. To me, there was something about seeing the whole world getting connected from one video that you made that made me realize there is some kind of true human value to this digital age that we're in. Now, obviously, you're hoping you're sharing positive content, not negative content, because I think negative content tends to be the thing that everyone focuses on at what spreads like a virus. But it was cool that a video of mine could reach so many people around the world. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling, but I do like TikTok. I just haven't, that wasn't the platform I focused on, is what I'm saying. But I do, you will see more of me, so hopefully you're following me on TikTok. I do hope you follow me on YouTube and Twitch as well, and Instagram. I don't actually know, am I able to put links in my own TikTok stream? Let's see what would happen. If I do https www.youtube.com/@YoBellPrize, would this link show up? It did not show up. There's something that blocked it. So okay, I guess I can't post links, or maybe I need to research that a bit further. I probably shouldn't have done it like that, because I could have caused problems. BD, you said I would at least recommend the Hollyland Cosmo line at the lower end. The C1 or C2, the Mars and other lines are absolutely garbage. Dang, shows how little I know. Okay, hold on, let me Google this then. Would you say it's called the Hollyland Cosmo? You said Yobel Prize? Yes, yes. You can find me at Yobel Prize. I apologize. My nose is so stuffy. It's hard for me to speak sometimes. Let me type it. You can find me at Yobel Prize on all platforms, but I focus on YouTube, IG, Twitch, and TikTok. TT. Smiley face. Smiley face. Okay, so BD, you recommended of the Hollyland series, this one. I still think the latency and compression is still quite horrible, but again, I still don't think it would make a difference for you. Okay, BD, could I ask, forget that I said Hollyland, if I needed a proper wireless HDMI receiver transmitter where I can connect my camera to my Rodecaster or to like my video switcher and to OBS, what would you recommend as the one you would trust? And it might be way out of my league, but I'm just curious what you would recommend, and then I want to see how does that compare to, let's say, if I go with the Hollyland Mars or anything else. Oh my god, so congested. Wait, where did my chat disappeared? Give me a second, guys. I'm not sure what happened on my OBS, but my Twitch chat disappeared over there. So let me just read it from Twitch itself. And I think is oh yeah, Fed's in the chat as well. Sorry guys, I got stun locked. A few things is not working as expected. I am now streaming on TikTok, by the way. You're talking to an official TikTok streamer, okay? Fed, hello. Fed says howdy. How are you, Yobel? Okay, just as I was gonna ask you about it. Ask me about what? Ask me about what? About my day, or about Hollyland, or about TikTok? Either way, thank you very much. Thanks for being here, Fed. You're catching me towards the tail end of me streaming, and I've been struggling mightily because of I guess I got sick the other day, and so I'm fighting a cold symptoms, including like super congested. You can hear it in my voice, I'm sure, like just at times. I've been blowing my nose nonstop. It sucks. Really sucks. But I have been streaming on TikTok. I'm on a TikTok stream right now as we speak, and it's been kind of fun. It was interesting. I guess maybe because of the notification system, when I went live, it like blasted it out, and I had so many people just hop in at random points. And like at one point, there's like 100 and something people on the stream, which is like, okay, for my size, I was like, yo. And now they all kind of dipped because I was not ready. But that was kind of cool. So yeah, you can check out the TikTok stream now as well. BD, you said something here. Let me see what you wrote. I would at least recommend the Hollyland Cosmos. I still think the latency and compression is still quite horrible. Again, I still don't think it would make a difference. It shouldn't be too noticeable if you only have one system going. Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe that could simplify things on my end. Fed, you said, I was going to ask about how you were with your cold. Then as I was writing, you talked about it. Yeah, well, it's bad enough that I'm bringing it up too much, right? So unfortunately, it is beyond annoying. It's making it tough for me to speak at times too. So as I was getting momentum, right? What did we talk about? I was like, yo, I'm on my stream now. Yesterday was like the start of like consistency again. And boom, I'm hit like, it's like a sucker punch to the face. But no, like I'm not like, it's not that bad. It's just more the typical cold symptom kind of feels. Proper, at the very least, Wave Central and actually preferred Vislink. Okay, thank you. Let me double check that real quick. Let me just go on mute real quick, guys. My friend is back, but let me just mute myself. Okay, testing. We are back. Where were we on this? Yeah, so Fed, it's bad timing, but it's nothing too bad. It's just congestion right now, and it's the typical like when you wake up and your throat feels super scratchy and annoying. Now it's just more like I feel disgusting. Okay, so BD recommend a few other options. Let me just type this in: the Wave Central, and then the Vislink. Okay. Fed says, I purchased the Genesis today from Colin Kelly. I've been testing it out on some old projects. So far, it's amazing. Of course, it should be at the cost it's going for. Genesis. Is that the thing that was like Dehancer? Film emulation. I think we had this chat before about like, this is like the high-end film emulation or something. Oh my god, my voice. I gotta blow my nose again, I think. Let me open up this Vislink and Wave Central. Hold on. I'm gonna freaking blow my nose yet again. If there was a time for me to curse, it would be now. But unfortunately, I'm on TikTok, and I know they have strict rules against that. So, but if I could, I would. This feels really bad. It's like every time I talk for like 5 minutes, I feel it coming in. Fed says, yeah, film emulation. Gotcha. BD says, Vislink's system starts in the range of 100K. Yo, what are you doing to me? BD, come on. You're gonna give me an option that's $100,000? Can someone send me a donation? Am I able to get a donation of $100,000? Do they even allow that? Okay, now I gotta double check what this is. What could cost $100,000? Wave Central is around 20 to 40,000. Okay, yeah, this is way beyond my realm. But thank you BD as always for reminding me there are levels to this, and I am basically at the basement. I'm in the sewer level. BD, you're like up in the clouds. I get it. Wow. Oh, did the music get really loud all of a sudden? Hold on, I might be pumping it a bit too loud here. Okay, so forget about the Vislink. Ugh. Unfortunately, also forget about the Wave Central, because my budget is way smaller than that. I'm looking for something that costs like hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars. The Teradek bolt. Teradek bolt is standard on film sets around here, but just not on a live solution. Okay. Teradek bolt. Ooh, yeah, even this is way outside. Because I think I just briefly saw it costs like $6,000. Or all of these things are like in the thousands. I'm understanding now, BD, why you said Hollyland is garbage to you. Because the league that you're playing in, this is definitely like toddler level. I gotcha. But you gotta understand, for my needs, these things are amazing. I'm like, wow, I loved the Hollyland mics that I've been using at various points. You said the Cosmo, the Pyro. Oh, okay. The Mars is the one I briefly heard about, the Mars 4K. I'm going to be streaming. Okay, here, let me just say out loud what the concept is. I've already explained a bit to you already. I think Fed, I think I told you. Yeah, I think I told all you guys already. But basically, most likely I will be streaming either only on Twitch, or I might be streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the very least, depending on my network connection. If I get the Starlink up and running properly, if I get like a live view or a TVU set up, depending on the location, it'll be a Rodecaster video as the video and audio switching. I will have at least 2 ZR cameras hooked up via the HDMI and then rigged up to a vehicle. I'll have my camera, most likely the Z9 or the ZR, using this kind of wireless HDMI ideally. And then I'll have, ideally I'll have some Rode mics, since I understand it syncs with the Rodecaster better. So maybe there's less cabling involved, I'm not sure. So then imagine the Rode mics to wirelessly mic myself up, maybe the driver, other guests. And then I will have a mini PC to power the OBS and like create some scenes and chat alerts, things like that. All of this will be, not all of it, but the Rodecaster and the mini PC and the receivers will all be inside of a Nanook 935 case, I think is the sizing that I need. Basically something that can fit as a carry-on. And then the case itself, I'll need to drill holes into it, add some ventilation so I can keep the case closed, since I'll be out in the heat or in the dust. But inside the case we'll have everything, the Rodecaster, the mini PC, mic, the sound receivers, blah blah blah. And then yeah, so that should be it, right? And then I'll probably have like my phone, or I need like an external monitor that I would rig up to the vehicle as well, so that I could always see a view of like what the visuals are in terms of all the camera switched together. And then I would probably need to hook up my iPhone or a tablet to be the actual remote control if I need a switch. Or I have to have a second crew member who can help me out, essentially, would be the other option. Is it just me, or did the audio just get super loud? It might just be the song. Okay. Fed says Genesis was created by Cullen. Genesis was created by Cullen Steve. Oh yeah, Fed, maybe you're the one who was explaining that to me before. Dr. Mitch invented the first film emulation. Damn, okay. In Kodak. So Genesis is very accurate. How expensive is Genesis? How much are we talking about here? But yeah, so then explaining a bit further, my hope is that I will be streaming this at 1080 30 frames per second, most likely. Multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch maybe. And I'll be basically just switching between the cameras, and then ideally at times I can switch to my main camera. So let's say if we spot the wildlife, we see something, you would see my view through my camera. And yeah, but generally speaking, it's pretty straightforward. Now the point is, if I use a Hollyland, Mars, or a Pyro or whatever, and it does the same functionality as the wired HDMI, and let's say if the latency isn't too bad, you know, if it's just like within the realm of like it's fine, then instead of having the wired HDMI, I could just use this, and hopefully people get a clean output of whatever I'm shooting. So that's the thought process. And so I wanted to look into what are the best options of these kind of like wireless video transmitters. And also, I don't need something super powerful because the transmitter and the receivers will never be too far away from each other. It'll be more like, you know, if I'm in the front seat, it's like in the seat behind me, right? So we're not like talking really far away separation. Okay, I'm dying, guys. Can I say that word? Oh man, I'm like super sensitive now about what I can say on TikTok. The full pro pack I got is $19.99, $2,000. There's also an indie version at $9.99, which lacks some of the features. Here's what I'll say, Fed and Beatty. Sounds like you guys got a lot of money to throw around, which is, firstly, I applaud you guys. That's good. Respect. You guys should take some of that money and join me on a wildlife tour somewhere in the world. All right, join me. We can do a film project together. That would be even better. Because like I said, I am trying to like see how I can pitch film projects now. Like where I say like, hey, I have a budget of X thousands of dollars. I want to make this concept, this story. You guys should pull that money in my direction for mutual benefits, right? I'm not asking for a hand-me-out. I'm just saying use that money and like feng shui it into my world where we work on projects and travel together. All right, let's manifest that together. But first I need to manifest me being healthy, because my god, this sucks. Some features you get with Pro is 1-day email support and stuff like that. Whoa, okay. I mean, for that kind of money, I would expect like free massages as well. The Mars 4K supports 4K ultra high definition. So the thing is, I don't need 4K. I just need like 1080. But this is nice. Although this could be interesting even for my home studio setup. Because one of the concerns I had was like, if I want to set up an extra camera far away, imagine I set up a camera all the way at the back of my living room. So like, let's see. If I had it all the way back there, and then I literally set up my 400mm f2.8 lens on it, which is so unheard of. How many people are shooting live stream with a $17,000 lens, right? So like, have a 400 2.8. But then it's like, obviously my question was like, how can I have an HDMI cable long enough to manage that? But I'm assuming, I guess I could use this this wireless transmitter to set up the camera really far away. So I could see some use out of this beyond just the home live stream. And I guess the 4K is just to future-proof it. BD says, Fed says, so you get help quickly, which is of course important if you're stuck on a project. Yes, I agree. BD says, convert to SDI, easier, more reliable, cheaper. I did look into that, but I think I was looking like, because like with, obviously I don't have an SDI connection on my Nikon, so I would assume it would have to be like a micro HDMI. Kimpa. No. This little guy stealing food. Micro HDMI to SDI. Yeah. So I think I need to have a few more chats on the tech side of things. But I do appreciate you guys giving such good advice. Jesus, the music's getting a bit too loud. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I feel that I probably should call it a night, given how every, I want to say like 45 seconds or so, my nose gets stuffy again to the point where I can't even speak without feeling like I need to blow my nose. So I think this is probably where I need to call it a night. Let me pause the music slightly, or let's turn it down. Okay. So today was a really good stream as I recap a few things that has happened. One, I tested the YouTube streaming in terms of doing a vertical and landscape view, and we got a couple people who subbed to me because of the vertical live stream. So it looks like streaming on vertical format does have its value. So I think I'm going to continue doing that going forward. So I apologize if it gets confusing, but I will stream a vertical format and landscape format at the same time on YouTube. Second recap of what happened today, which was awesome, is I tested out TikTok. I didn't mean to stream today, or I didn't mean to stream the way I did on TikTok today, but it worked out. The highlights, one, there's 863 people who liked my stream, which is crazy. I know it's TikTok, so the numbers are, the metrics and everything are quite different from YouTube and Twitch and all the other stuff. But it's kind of cool. Almost 1,000 people liked the stream. Nice. I made 1 penny. Oh, I made a single penny from this stream, which is, look, you know what? For 2 hours of streaming, I accept. I take it. We had some people, I didn't know you could do this, but I had some people send me roses and hearts. Thank you very much. And I apologize. One individual who sent it to me, your username is in Arabic, so I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you very much coming from Dubai. I appreciate that. So yeah, that was fun learnings. It does seem like my algorithm is still kind of focused on a Arabic community or Arabic region. Obviously I'm in Dubai. So those are some of the challenges I do need to figure out how to overcome. Because obviously I don't speak Arabic. My content is not in that realm. What else? But yeah, and then the highlight on the Twitch or the TikTok stream for today is that at one point we had over 100 and at least like 110 people who hopped on and was on the stream. Yeah, that was short-lived, but that was kind of interesting, you know, for someone like me who streams at, you know, nowhere near those numbers. That was fun to see for a moment. And yeah, I think the TikTok stream is very stable. It's something I should be able to continue doing. So that was a nice win. And it was also fun to see a bunch of you guys, fellow faces that I recognize come in at different points. Feds, you get most of everything in the $9.99 indie pack too. The features inside Genesis is almost the same. None of the most important stuff is lacking, like the halation grain and stocks. Nice, nice. Well, listen, I'm still team Dehancer right now. I still have a lot more edits and practice to go with Dehancer before I jump ship or try out other things, especially at that price range. Fed, I'm going to rely on you to tell me how awesome it is. And more reason we should work together, because then you got access to some of the cool products. But yeah. Kavai's in the chat. Kavai, thank you for your emotes. You said pet the cats, good night for us, 07. I do know what 07 means. Something about getting banned or GG's type thing. It is an 07 for me because my body is telling me so much that I need to go to sleep now. So thank you guys. I don't actually know how to end the... Oh, okay, it's easy. There's a big red button. So I should be able to end the TikTok stream fairly easily. Okay, let me say goodbye to the TikTok stream first because it's right here. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone who's hopped in at different points. Thank you, Joseph, as well, because I think you were the first one to give me the rose and the hearts. And yeah, thank you guys for giving me 1 full penny. Look, you got to start somewhere. So I'll if they give me that digital penny somehow, I'll put it on the wall. Thank you guys on TikTok. I'll be back and you'll see more of me on TikTok. Cool. Let me hit the end stream. Cool. So the stream has ended on the TikTok side. That was fun. And now let me start winding down the other things here. Fed says, yeah, I'm now Genesis guinea pig. Yes, yes, please keep sharing your learnings from that. Obviously, I'm very eager to hear more. Thank you, BD, as well. Thanks for your advice, as always. I might bug you off stream on some of the tech stuff, but otherwise, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for hopping in here. Safe travels, BD. Sounds like I might not be seeing you for the next few days or weeks as you work on your project, or if you hop in at times, obviously, if the time zones align, will obviously be great. I'll ask you how the project's going. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'm going to start ending the stream now. So cheers, everyone. If I